Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action-Packed Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for once again tuning into our daily Oh wait, I forgot to change the audio settings. There we go. We're on monitor off. Okay. Anyway, so hey, thank you for tuning into our weekly D&D show. Hopefully, that didn't sound too weird. Want to give the usual thanks to Riot Games for letting us use their music for free, which is awesome. They have some really generous abilities of letting content creators do that, which we really very much appreciate. Just provided we include the details about what we're streaming, which you can see in the bottom right corner with the little now playing bar we've got going on. And if you yourself are interested in it, you can check out our About Us section where it's all the information in there, including all their legal jargon. But after all of that, we're going to go ahead and go into the full table, and I'm going to change some audio settings. So give me just 1 second before anyone says anything quite yet. Change this and change that. Turn off the monitor settings, which hopefully this worked because we adjusted some stuff. And done. Okay. So hey. Hey. All right. So we're back. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Howdy.
It's been a week.
It has, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to talk about what happened last week?
Nothing really. It's pretty uneventful.
I got Moonstone.
There was nothing that happened with you getting Moonstone. You just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything fine.
Nothing of consequence.
Mm-hmm.
We
oh no, I bought that camera.
You did what?
That camera's a little lower than it should be. When I was adjusting settings, I must have bumped it, unfortunately.
Oh no.
We traded a 300 gold diamond for 1,000 gold diamonds.
Just the army of the go up?
Right?
Actually, the camera needs to look up.
Like
pivot it, angle it, like that. Perfect.
Hold.
Nailed it. One done. All right. I'm gonna turn down the lights a little bit since we're a little bright. There we go.
Like the delay.
Oh, my beautiful sister is watching.
Hey.
Hey.
Yellow.
So, last week, Moonstone was acquired. No bad consequences whatsoever.
No, really fine.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
We traded a 300 gold diamond for 1,000 gold diamond. That's all that happened.
Exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
Yep. No problem.
Right.
Upgraded, really.
There was no major RP that happened at all.
Absolutely. No suggested deals were made. No future goals were possibly stated. Nothing of the sort. So then I guess just chill, cruise on into this week then.
So I did have a thought though, guys.
That's
You said you had some kind of dust that would reincarnate a person, right? Into
Sure
a new
do.
body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you remember way back in the day when we used to be into Dragon Ball Z?
No.
No?
Of course.
You're
Yeah.
in Dragon Ball Z now?
Well, I haven't followed in quite some years. But you remember when like Boo died and he came back as Oob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what if we reincarnated?
Wait,
Medusias?
Boo became Oob.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sue.
He was cool looking
He
too,
was
man.
Boob.
Mohawk.
Yeah. It was cool.
Boo, the product of Bobbity, who is the son of Bibbity.
Correct.
Oh my god.
Good old DBZ.
I know.
I hate it.
Bibbidi created him and then sealed him away, and then Bobbity came back to resurrect
Oh,
him.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
right.
My bad.
Oh yeah, we have the dust of reincarnation.
Ew.
What if we talked to Medusias and was like, hey, for our peace of mind and for you to have a new start where you could maybe potentially go down the path of finding all the things that you missed out on and this existence that you currently have, what if we reincarnated you into a new body and you just have a completely fresh new start?
So for RP's sake, we're going to say that this is a conversation that Ward is having with everyone.
Oh,
Because, this is a valid conversation to have. But Medusias being resurrected and you guys having to have a long rest within her lair, she also has other matters to attend about her lair, having been unfortunately stuck within that crystal spider for, 60 years.
yeah, that's right.
So as she floats about her lair...
We totally don't know what happened to the mithril
Right.
in those chests.
Or the heart from the tree.
Right.
No, she knows that we have one.
She knows that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But we don't know what happened. We don't know how it got into our bags.
Well, because she didn't even know how it got there in the first place.
Right,
True.
and that's what.
She didn't know how
I
to
wonder
read.
if he
Yeah.
had the heart and the tree just grew out of it.
Yeah,
without
that's what
her
she's
knowing,
saying. Is that she took the heart and was going to experiment on it, and the shit happened, and it grew a tree.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems legit.
I mean, as much as I'm sure the curse is a serious hindrance, the immortality that seems to come with it's probably a hard no.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could make the argument to her that like the immortality is what has been preventing her from having relationships, because there's no one she can identify with other than other like gods and beings on that level, and they don't want to intermingle.
Well, and
She hates gods.
the fact that she's turns people to stone by looking at them is why she can't have, friends that aren't warforged, I guess.
It certainly doesn't help.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's some personality things there too.
Yeah.
Based on what we know about
Sunny
her.
disposition.
Yeah.
She should just wear.
Sunny D. There you go. She
That's
needs some
the bag.
Sunny D.
Or, hear me out.
To be fair, I've never met an NPC thus far that has made me go, let's hear her out, let's hear her side, to slit her throat while she's weak, to, okay, well, I guess we're allies now.
The emotional
So quickly,
roller coaster.
it's such a
The
roller coaster.
kombucha tasting
Yeah.
of no.
This is one of the kombucha friendships.
Yeah. So
Nothing with me.
true recap. We ended up freeing Medusias from her spell prison kind of thing that she was in. We had a long conversation. Many words were exchanged between Ward and her and the party about cutting some sort of deal to put her back into her body, and her giving us aid, but also making promises to assist Ward with his dilemma of trying to find the soul of his daughter, or his daughter. And then also she said that she would aid us in the great battle to come.
Didn't really say what the battle was.
No, she did. She
The
said it was
dragon.
against the dragon, and we were like, oh, we don't want to fight the dragon, though. We want to fight the Shattered. And she was like, interesting. Well, we'll talk. And then she told us she could trap a genie. She could actually not just trap him. If she has an iron flask, summon the genie so that we could trap him.
Like a Ghostbuster.
Like, just immediate. We don't have to steal him. She would steal him. So that's amazing.
That's a plus.
That's a serious plus.
Yeah.
Details yet to be determined.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Gotta
Potentially.
iron out that contract.
Yeah.
Iron
Potentially
flask.
on the table.
Yes.
Oh. Hey.
Iron out that
Not
Was
yet.
it worthy?
Not yet.
No, that's okay.
It's okay.
It's early. It's
We're
early,
not
but
fishing
yeah.
for dice. We're
Right,
just
yeah,
telling
yeah.
jokes.
Right.
But yeah, so we are currently we should be ending our long rest that we needed to prepare the resurrection spell with the diamond that we acquired from her coffers. And yeah, here we are. I guess waking up the next 24 hours later.
And of
We
course,
were asking her about something, though. We asked her about something.
Us or you two?
Us too.
Okay.
Well, while you guys were not dying.
No,
Right.
No one
we're
died.
not.
Not at all. Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Or may have died a little bit. Just like a
Yeah.
little bit.
Just mostly dead.
Nothing.
It's not
Not
real
all the way.
I'm pretty
totally
sure
done.
you two don't know anything about that.
We don't. No.
No, not really. No.
I noticed that Ward looks a little worse for wear.
Nothing untoward happened.
Now we're taking.
Okay, there.
Nice,
That's
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you took a long rest, so now it's all back anyway. You're fine.
Right.
Everything's fine.
My perception is shit, so I'm just
Oh,
gonna
did we
assume
take a
that's
long
it.
rest?
Right. The only one that could like insight it real hard would be the one who was there to
To perform the ritual. Yeah.
Did we take it? Did we take a long rest?
I think that was
I
the
have a
last.
really good insight. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
true.
right. You do, yeah.
So yeah, as you guys were discussing, as you guys were taking a long rest, you were discussing the potential options you had available to yourselves. However, during the long rest, at one point, Medusias does grab, or not like take them away or anything, but she does ask Daruk for a little bit of an aside. Yes.
When you take a long rest, and I'm assuming a short rest now, it tells you what you regain.
Yes.
Like it lists it out for you.
Oh,
That's nice.
I did not know that.
It didn't used to do that.
I mean, the long rest is everything.
Did it?
has,
It's been
yeah.
doing it pretty well.
Is it?
but
I
it-
haven't been paying attention, but I just
Okay.
saw it. Good job, D&D Beyond. That
for sure.
is super handy.
Yeah.
It's not a pop on over there.
It won't let me put buffs.
True. Maybe with one D&D, we'll
I'm
see.
gonna be salty about that
Yeah.
until it happens.
I really wonder actually what the interface is going to look like when that happens, the one D&D like move over and everything. But we're still, I think, at least a year out from that, so we'll see. Maybe anyway. I honestly don't know. I don't know what the timeline looks like. So anyway, Daruk. At one point over the course of the evening, Medusias does kind of take you aside and ask, I'd like to speak to you in private if that's at all possible.
Sure.
Ooh, she wants to.
Gonna get you
Maybe it goes by
hard.
have needs.
It's been 60 years. It's been 6 millennia.
What's the joke about always having ghost dicks rubbing on you or something like that?
I don't know.
No,
that
it's
one
not
at all,
serious.
It's some
but-
kind of joke on the internet that there's always X number of ghost dicks on you
At any one time, okay.
Weird ass part of the internet are you in?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
All of it.
any part of the internet really.
Her snake hair does end in snakes and not dicks, so
That's
you don't have
good.
to worry about
I
that at
mean,
least.
depending on what part
Don't
of the
draw
world
that
you're
out.
coming
Don't
from,
draw that out.
depending on what part of the world you're coming from, that could be the start of a.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, in any
not gonna-
case,
I would be
Anyway,
willing
she
to
wants to
bet
have a
that-
conversation.
yes.
And I'm not opposed.
Okay. So,
I was excited.
yeah. So,
That's what I always wanted.
so she kind of spectrally kind of takes you by the arm. She leads you out into the mushroom kind of little farm that she had outside. And she walks you towards it. I think this may work to bring my body back to its full form. You won't have to harvest too much of it either. I think just a healthy portion from the stock should allow you to bring my body back to life.
Okay. You need the mushrooms for this? Or?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
Some of the small ones, but particularly a large piece from the stalk of the main one there.
Okay. I think I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Is the resurrection spell not going to be enough?
I would request actually a slight augmentation. I
Bigger breasts.
don't want... I do not... It's okay.
Everybody wants a bigger dick.
Took me a second.
You said augmentation.
Took me a second
Wasn't
to
there
make
yet.
the connection. Yeah.
I would like to keep my eyes in a slightly ethereal state. Somewhat. Allowing me to hopefully look upon things with my own eyes, but have a bit of a lens to focus them through.
Oh.
Would this help you not petrify people looking at you? Or
What's your passive insight again?
Too damn.
passive insight is my insight's not nearly as good as my perception.
Right.
19.
Okay. We'll look at her stats again real quick. $19?
Yes, 19.
You can see there's a moment of sincerity to her as she looks at you and says, I hope so. I'd like to be able to see someone with at least close to my own eyes and not turn them to stone.
Okay.
Do that.
Oh.
A new body.
I don't know if you heard our conversation earlier, but there was talk of possibly finding a way to use reincarnate instead of resurrection to put you into a new body. If that's something you'd be more interested in.
I've grown used to the form that I've had for like the majority of my life. I prefer to keep it, just trying something else instead from that welder's mask you likely saw. It doesn't give me the best view of anyone or anything.
Fair enough. Thought we'd put the option on the table, that's all.
I appreciate that.
All right, is there anything in particular I need to do to harvest the stalk from this mushroom, or?
Oh no, it's easily cut.
Okay.
But there is a small thing I would ask of you as well. I'll need you to burn out my old eyes.
Oh,
Okay.
And then in their place, take the pieces of the stalk, condensed, and put them in that socket instead. I think
Okay.
that should work.
Okay.
Solo.
Assuming this is prior to the actual resurrection ritual.
Yes.
oh, that's
Okay.
I hope that with the ritual attempting to regrow my eyes, it will leverage some of the arcane raw essence leveraged by the stalk, the mushroom, and then using some of my own spirit, allow me to make the changes I need.
I trust your judgment on that, seeing what you've been able to create down here. How certain are you that that's going to work, though?
I will need you to write some runes about where you're performing the ritual as well.
Okay. Okay.
Other pieces of the stalk.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or if someone else is more arcane in the inclined in the arcana, they may be of better aptitude.
Yeah, for the arcane, I would go to probably either Ward or Rin.
Either one.
But yeah, I'll talk to them about it as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Unless you have any other instructions right now, I'll go ahead and get the stock and talk it out with the group.
I do not.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Although, actually, one thing. I could mention this to the full group, although if you wish to relay the message, that's fine too. I need my ring back.
Your ring back?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Again, I'll let everybody know.
Last I saw, the large Minotaur man had it, and I'd prefer him to return it.
Trying to remember which of you guys took the ring and what exactly it was, but yeah.
If he gave it to anyone else, it doesn't matter. I need it back.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I will relay that to the group. I'll collect the stalk of the mushroom, like I said, and then I'll kind of come back in and
As she kind of
gather everybody up.
walks you back in, once again takes your arm. She leads you into the foyer and then says, thank you for helping me. It's not often someone does.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, you have offered us quite a bit of help in return, so that's a large part of it, but I mean, like we said yesterday, Ward really just kind of wanted to understand his true origins. That was the real reason we came here. You know, we didn't necessarily come with ill intent, although some of your creations can be a little disturbing when you're not expecting that.
And we're means to an end. And unfortunately, the problem I was faced with was quite substantial. But I assure you, Ward and his daughter were collateral damage for something that was long overdue. And I do regret what happened to them. But, again, I appreciate your assistance.
Can I do an insight check about her? I guess I want to see two things. Like, does she actually believe that the other people deserved what they got? And is she actually, sorry that Ward got caught up in it?
Okay. So yeah, 2 insight checks then. And I don't know why we don't hear anything for the audio. We should. You can roll.
So I got a 24 for one and a 28 for the other. I
Okay.
rolled a 15 and a 19.
So
Everything about her.
yeah. So for the honestly, both of them are high enough. Even her kind of passive deception, where she not trying to actively lie to you or anything, would not meet those numbers. So as she had told you what she told you, you see she was being honest in both moments. She does honestly believe that the people that were brought into those Warforged had done something that merited what she had done.
Okay.
But you do see that she also genuinely feels bad about what happened to Ward and his daughter. Even if she may not be willing to admit it to everyone.
All right. Yeah, so I'll gather the stalk of the mushroom,
See out of our hair snakes.
and then I'll kind of gather up the rest of the group, I guess, and I don't know if I necessarily want to have the conversation in front of her, although I imagine she's going to hear the conversation whether we want her to or not. So,
Part of being a ghost, I guess.
right.
Ghost sticks everywhere, right?
So I'll just tell everyone, yeah, ghost sticks everywhere.
On the face.
Ghost sticks, you hate him, right?
I'm gonna go find the comic with that and send it to you guys shortly, just so that you don't think I'm
You don't have to.
No, you
don't have
have to.
I mean, it's not like dirty. It's like, you know, yeah, but
If I don't get animated ghost sticks, I'm upset.
Right. Just
I am learning
disappointed.
how to animate on Procreate.
no
Of course,
longer
it would
sending
be
the comic.
Procreate. Now we're talking about dicks.
Well, that's the only art program I
I
have.
rescind
Yeah.
my comments entirely.
I will not send you all that. Find it.
Coward.
But I'll let everybody know the alteration she wants to the ritual to change her eyes, and I'll mention to Ridden and Ward that there are some arcane glyphs that'll be involved that I think one of the two of you would be better suited to
So can we help
put
one
together.
Just imagine
Can we help one
the
another
ghost
put that
from
together?
Mario,
Absolutely.
but it's a dick.
Sure.
So it'd be like I would help her with her roll, or she'd help with mine, and we're
Correct.
going to roll Arcana, or what are we going to roll?
Yeah, so one of you would roll Arcana, and then the other one would either be rolling as well, or providing the help action to give them advantage. So, either one. 2 dice rolls are involved. If it's one person twice, or one each, that's fine.
We're setting this up before we do the process of.
Yes.
Okay.
Did we decurse her corpse?
No, I was getting ready to do that.
Okay.
So if you want,
I would prefer that to happen before I touch the corpse to remove the eyes.
Oh,
if you want, I can. Whenever if I get the curse removed, I can just burn the eyes.
Okay.
There's the small thing about the ring, too.
Yeah, and I would also bring up, she also would really like to have her ring back.
I don't have it anymore. I gave it to Red.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's the ring do?
Casting focus and
You don't even cast.
We took it off the body.
I ripped it off the corpse.
Oh, I remember.
And then I gave it to Ren.
Oh, he definitely didn't. You totally still have it.
Like, he must have misplaced it somewhere. Like, weird, yeah.
It fell down a sewer grate.
But I
Really weird, because there aren't any sewers around here, but damn if it happened.
Like a crack in the
One of the wormholes.
There we go.
So, I will do a channel divinity,
Okay.
and I'll work on removing the curse. But then while I'm doing that, if they want to do the runes, I'll demark you two and us two to have the advantage
Okay.
Okay.
on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma ability checks.
Now is this the next day? Or are you doing this? Okay, gotcha.
Like whenever we go to do the
Right.
thingy.
The actual
Okay, gotcha. Well, in that case, as you are standing there with her, she mentions, I prefer to do this outside of my lair, just in case any sort of weird energy surges happen. So just outside of my home.
It's like Mushu.
How do you feel about your body being dragged for a little bit?
Provided the curse is moved, I think that's fine.
So should
You want me to remove the curse first, and then we'll do the stuff.
I don't think moving my body would be a good idea without having the curse removed.
Yeah.
So I can't lasso it and then just pull it?
I prefer not.
Just imagining you.
Asking.
Well, it's all
Resurrection
we
does
can, like,
restore and
roll it up.
oh,
Yeah.
Dahmer or some shit.
well, restores missing.
A
body
mummy
parts, though, so
burrito.
if you broke anything, it would fix. Yeah.
There's a certain respect over my body that I prefer to have maintained.
I know, this is
Fair.
why it's so
That's fair.
weird, because it's like we're talking to you and it's your body. This is a little new for anyone.
Like,
New for me as well.
she's got to be thinking, like, if I wasn't here, these adventures would just be like throwing my body over, like, over riders and shit, you know? Like, it needs to get down there.
If you guys haven't watched Auntie Donna yet, you need to, because their bodies get thrown away in a very haphazard manner, and that's exactly what's being brought to mind.
So, do we need to have
Pretty
like a
much.
small conversation with her about the nature of these runes and how we're going to recreate them?
Hold my phone up for a reason. I don't remember what it was.
Because it was the next day.
Right, thank you. Fuck. Right, I don't have to do that anymore. God damn it!
You got a whole piece of machinery there. You
Bought
got a
this thing, shit.
Netrunner with a cyber deck. You're not using it.
You got a whole ass.
Yeah, stream deck. Yeah. Fucking forget every time.
Son of a bitch.
I think it's because I can't turn the lights up. Like, I can't adjust their brightness levels, and that does matter.
Yeah.
But admittedly, when we're all blue and green, it doesn't matter at all. Oh, I should change some of these. Oh, you know what I need to do?
The
If I press
intensity of
this-
these two. I don't know about theirs.
Yeah, I can
That's
turn-
a little much.
Yeah, I can
That
turn that down.
PlayStation song was really funny.
All right, we got a long rest. I need
Turn it
I listened to
down.
that whole
There.
album a whole
Turn
lot.
that there. Turn
I
that
did
down.
not. I just-
There.
But what do you think?
Fun
A
fact.
little more. There we go. Perfect. All right. I'll save this as the preset for the lighting if I remember, which I won't.
What do you think, Emily?
About the
Oh,
runes?
man.
Yeah, should we have a conversation with her about like getting them right? Because I'd hate for like to not get something right and something bad happen.
Yeah.
right. I would.
That
That's good.
is
That's good.
a- I was changing light settings. What did I miss?
He didn't want to get a rune incorrect.
Because something bad might happen. Who knows?
That's
You
true.
never know.
Right. Yeah.
And I apparently was a
All of a
slow
sudden,
burn
it
on
just
that one.
explodes.
I would imagine that she'll like oversee you guys setting up the runes.
Okay.
I would hope. I would think.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say if she needs to detail them out, like I'm sort of an expert artist drawer guy, so I can sketch them out, be like, is this correct? Do they go in this order, clockwise, counterclockwise? What do you need? Like, and then she could probably like decipher like, what is this? We're not gonna like triple her power, are we?
Yeah, I'm more of like
Want an insight on that?
less of a rule follower, more of like just comes to me in the moment type
So,
thing.
how's your Arcana?
Oh no, my Arcana's great.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
I would like to try
It's
something.
a +5, so it's fine.
Okay.
She's like, dang, what's with all these books?
But I'm just like runes in order.
Now hear me out.
Like, I'll probably be able to figure out what it is and what she wants me to do. But I'm just like, I'm not so much like a spell circle person.
So do you want to like reverse it and you assist me and I do the precise arcane rune work?
Well, I mean, if there's drawing involved, you should probably draw.
Okay.
I mean,
I can read and interpret.
I don't. Let me actually look at my thing. Because literally my whole thing is using runes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And my Arcana is pretty good.
As what?
Rune
Knight?
But it's all giants runes, though.
It's true.
Listen,
Listen.
There's gotta be some overlap.
You're right. Fuck off.
so yes. But what I'm saying is, I have to do them constantly. And if we're worried about Arcana, I have a good Arcana. And, I mean, she's dead, so is it undead?
She is undead.
None of the runes.
Oh, no.
Is it like
I didn't even think to ask you because normally you're like, magic shit.
That's honestly what we're kind of doing sitting here playing. There's a bunch of magic shit I don't really know. And you guys are like, we're drawing pictures in the sand. I'm like, oh, wait, I can do that.
kitty later.
Give me something to
So
draw with.
I want to try to take some rope
Okay.
and because she's like normal human size, right?
She is, yes.
Okay.
She is, her total height is about 6 feet even. She's definitely tall for an elf, but,
And I want to take
Magics.
part of the rope and try to shuffle it under her.
Okay.
My main goal is to have like a a piece of rope going under like her arms,
Mhm.
tying it, and a piece of rope going like under her knees,
Okay.
and tying it, and then carrying her outside.
Corpse back.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm not dragging her, but I'm also not touching her.
Right. Yep.
And somebody could probably grab the other
And
side
it's
of
a
the rope
modified
and actually
corpse
like
too, so
lift
it's
her.
light.
That's what I'm saying. If I do,
absolutely,
like, do it under the
Yeah.
by rope.
Well,
right?
bones and
Rope
everything
under
should
her
probably
arms,
be
the
close to
under her
about,
knees,
I
those are
think,
the two main
1.
points.
Can we get a-
Bones
can we get a
with dehydrated
stretcher?
Skin.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I've had to look up how much the human body's bones weigh.
Your FBI
thanks to
agent's like-
D&D. Yeah. Because they're like, wait, how much do these bones weigh? It's like, well, you want to grab the bones of 10 corpses. Okay, so we need to define exactly how much the bones weigh. Also base that off of the racial trait because they're dwarven bones.
Thicker.
Yeah, it was
Denser,
It's
yeah.
shorter, but so
but
it'll probably work
denser.
out to be about the same. It was
So
just
how
total
much does a
conversation.
fat child's bones weigh?
Yeah,
Look,
it
don't
was.
talk about Silas like that.
Whoa! I'm not it.
Whoa!
I don't know this
Don't put that on me.
Momo was probably like,
Okay, so you make the checks. So
Attacking your own child through me.
this would be a survival check because I feel like that's probably the closest equivalent.
Oh, that
Oh,
would
there
be
you
great. That'd be great. Yeah. I'm sure I touch her. That's a 4.
Okay. So yeah, as
Oh, boy.
you tie the ropes and you're like, okay, this should probably work.
But
And
it
the
just
minute you pick them up,
deep
her body falls. And you don't see her right now, but you just hear a.
Good intentions. Good intentions.
If you cast the spell first, you could simply pick up my body.
That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to help everybody.
You see her face just appear in front of you. Then help me.
Help me, help you.
We can get a stretcher and then use a stick to like roll her onto it.
there's an empty chest.
She looks over. That's fine. Do either of them.
All right, I'll remove your damn curse.
Or get rid of the curse.
Or get rid of the curse.
I'll return the slab
Okay.
so you don't suffer the curse.
So you cast.
Remove.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Son of a bitch.
Turns out you can't remove this curse now. Oh man.
But this would be based. Actually, no. Sorry. This is not an Arcana check. This is a. So I know how remove curse works in terms of the rules, but this is a little different. So I'm going to need you to roll a spell casting. Effectively, what would be a attack roll? So it's going to be it's a DC check, but it's going to be based off your spell casting ability plus proficiency.
Okay.
So that's why the attack just works the best.
Okay.
So that is a dirty 20.
Okay. So as you cast the spell and you feel the energy kind of release from yourself and attempt to just untether whatever magical binds have been put over this person, you look at her and her body's still there. Still with her.
Touch it.
Poke it with a stick.
Touch her.
But
Yeah.
I prepared detect magic.
I will touch her.
Okay. Can I have you make a
Yep.
Constitution saving throw?
Yep. So
Damn.
What are you doing?
10.
10?
The way he was like, did you say 10?
Okay.
He dies again.
I am resistant to necrotic. If that
Yeah,
helps.
no, that does help. You know what?
You could technically absorb it too and take no damage, but
In here.
you just
That's not the way that
tattoo.
works.
I just got
grab this, pull this over
you
here.
didn't get the same tattoo I got?
He did not.
I just got the resistance tattoo.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you got the absorbing one like me.
No, I just got the resistance.
Okay.
One
Never
is
mind.
not like the other.
Yeah.
Should have bought that hex drinker.
Yeah, I need to find a dice roller.
I got one.
What
Right
do
here.
you- It's on D&D Beyond.
Well, for you guys, it's very easily accessible.
So he touches the ring, he's fine. I touch her, I'm not fine.
No, he had to make a roll.
Yeah,
I
I had
remember
to-
when he grabbed
I had
it.
a con save.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
And he rolled real well.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. No, hang on.
Add how many?
Yep,
So, and also, do you not have D&D Beyond it?
I do.
Because there's the dice thing in the bottom line.
For every character page, yes. But when you're just on D&D Beyond, no.
Yeah, you don't know.
Oh, yeah, he's not rolling a character.
Okay. So you take 22 points of necrotic damage.
I feel like there's a major butt happening right now.
And your maximum hit points are reduced to the same value.
He did say that the other day. On one of those post-stream conversations.
But you do have her picked up in your arms, and you feel that hit.
So that's what my con save was
Okay.
for, to stop me from... Yeah.
Does this seem like an ongoing effect on him? Like, can we tell?
Did you want to make a perception check?
You remove her that way?
Arcana perception.
Perception check 25.
Oh yeah, Vadir's arms, they have this black veiny kind of pattern going down them, and it's just on him at this point.
I'm gonna wait till he
gonna go
gets the
with
corpse
Metamorphosis?
outside, and then I will probably try to cast Remove Curse on him.
Okay,
Don't sneeze. Don't do it.
Try not to sneeze.
gotcha.
She's like a necrotic eel.
Can I tell if it has transferred to me or if it's still ongoing in both of us now?
Just because you're touching her?
Like after I set her down outside.
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
It's pure Arcana, yeah.
Right. Okay. I would argue medicine. Like a self.
I would argue Arcana.
You would?
It's still shit either way. It's 10.
You don't know.
Okay.
Her corpse looks the same.
It's a good thing I don't have any other important roles to happen today.
Yeah, for sure.
If I remember correct, I think you do get it, don't you?
Get what?
I think you do get Wither if you don't save.
I have no idea.
I thought Tony said that before, but
I'm good.
I could be misremembering.
Need you.
Oh, it's doing a different thing. Damn it.
Song?
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about it before since you resisted and you just took damage.
Mhm.
I don't remember. And this is also a modified version of
I
it.
was like, I don't recognize any of this. Oh, removed. Hopefully, we don't get DC made. All right. Probably not. I only have.
Let them take our 10 cents.
Yeah. I basically just had to blip out a section of the replay. So
Would anyone care for a soda?
anyway. Oh, okay. Thank you,
Do
though.
it right now.
Yeah, I'll take one.
So yeah, you cannot tell if
Is that
you've
Coke over
either
there?
absorbed the curse or. I mean, you've definitely felt afflicted,
I'll take one of the game time Mountain Dew things.
and you can actually make a perception check if you like as well on yourself. I'll give you advantage, given that you are the one that is impacted by it.
See how good my +1 does.
Okay.
Dude,
Oh, now you roll fine? 17.
Oh yeah, you look at your hands and you're like, oh no. You can see this, black veiny kind of like pattern that spirals down from your palms into your forearms and extends a little bit beyond.
You're starting to
Not
prune.
seeing 'em.
Like you've been in
I'm
the back
sorry,
for
I
too
thought you
long.
wanted to
Would you
Goose
like
Chase.
It's alright. Would you like
The
anything else?
Mountain Dew that you posted in Discord.
Oh yes, they're bottom one or one up from the bottom.
dude, I saw some, like, they have those hard Mountain Dews now,
Unless
and they have a
bottom.
No,
Hot
one more.
one.
One more.
You said bottom
I
right?
almost bought
No,
that.
bottom
They actually
or one
different
up from
flavor
it.
Baja
So
Blast.
second from the
Me.
bottom.
I didn't know there were multiple. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
So they were at a gas
The
station.
game fuel.
And
Citrus cherry
God
is the
knows where.
flavor.
Thank
So-
you.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Okay,
to
so
try
we're
that.
outside now. At where she wants it to happen.
Yes. So, as you brought her outside, it is north of her actual structure itself, which would be, if you're thinking like in the kind of the way the whole chamber's laid out, because unfortunately I don't have a map to depict the whole place. But her lair is in like this massive cavern that stretches kind of oblong, more or less oval shaped, where one entry is on one side, and then if there were to be a second entry, it would be on the far opposite side. But she is asking that you bring her body just outside of it to the north, where basically if you look at where her building is, here in the center, the mushroom farm would be to the northwest of it. So she's just going directly north, where your dark vision actually would lend you to see that there is another set of huge doors that are also pried open to the north.
Snatch and grab.
Just at like the edge of your vision.
Okay. When we set her down, ask you guys, are you ready to do your rooms thing? Don't worry about it for right now. That's fine.
I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on him.
Okay.
said it's fine.
I was about to make another try on hers.
Okay.
Same kind of attempt then. So it would be essentially what?
Spell attack, essentially.
Yes. So d20 plus whatever your spell attack modifier is.
That's proficiency.
Okay. I rolled an 18, so 27.
27 will do it. So
Just barely.
as you see these necrotic markings on your hands, and you feel that energy get released from. I'm sorry. You release the energy from yourself with a quick prayer. You see this kind of. Well, you describe the effect.
Like ghost sticks everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Just rubbing it out.
I do the Skeletor thing. So, remove curse is touch, so I imagine it's kind of similar to revivify, where, Daruk's eyes kind of light up, and then there's kind of electricity that goes into him, but you see it kind of trace along the veins where the black is, and kind of goes up in like black smoke as if it's being kind of like
You
burned
become
away.
Highlander.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and sure enough, as you look at your hands afterward, no markings any longer.
I thought you were gonna say they were metal. I was like, what?
These are metal.
The middleman.
You're part Gorgon now at this point.
You can't stop the metal.
Oh wait, I got a Henry Cavill every time I go into battle now.
All right. Yeah.
So you're gonna try to remove the curse?
Yes, but if you're ready to do the runes,
Well, I just wanna give you a little inspiration. Just
well, I'm about to give myself the cool thing. But if you're ready to do it, I'll give it to everybody at once.
You don't want what?
Sure, I'll take inspiration.
You want
Lucy's kind
inspiration?
of like looking at you guys like, what's going on?
This is their process. Is how they work.
I see.
Sing me a song.
Oh, you want to remove a curse from somebody? You want to add the heat to her body?
Hey!
I like it.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Thank you. Got it.
You just want to
Great.
the damn button.
No, like, that's a great point. Yeah.
Great.
If you guys are ready too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's doing the runes? Is it you two?
No, it's us two.
Us two. Okay.
Us three.
Who two?
Huh?
Only two.
Those two.
I mean,
I'm gonna stand there and
Right.
judge you silently.
I feel like his only other option is to stab her, so he should probably help with the runes.
get in on this. I need your
Yeah.
rune expertise, sir. Medusias is going to describe to us a arcane circle full of runes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is outside of the normal, probably ritual that Daruk is. Daruk's more inclined to actually provide the kind of means to provide a resurrection to anyone. Which even now you're like, this is something you haven't tried before, so it's going to be a
Let's
big
make it a
thing.
group project. So War will sit down in the dusty dust, and he'll
You
cast
dusty
light on a
ass.
rock and set it in the center, and we can powwow around it. And he's gonna bust out his book. He's gonna, call the Medusias and be like, describe these runes to us. And then as she does so, he'll start sketching them. He'll start deciphering in his head, so he can be like, what is this?
Okay.
Daruk's gonna, pay attention to the ritual and see if this is gonna correspond with his divine blessing of resurrection. What are you gonna do, him?
Hang out, I guess.
Yep. Super vibes.
So okay, so you're writing them down. Perhaps slight alteration. Good old Rune Knight Rainier is going to be the one that actually carved them into the dirt,
Okay.
Oh, good
Yeah,
call,
he's used
good
to
call.
carving things into things.
and then Rin may be discerning meaning, intent.
Oh yeah. I can read.
Okay,
What's all these books?
bunch of nerds over here. All right, hang on.
Jesus.
She's like, I can read the rules. I don't follow them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to
said.
read to know how to do.
All right, sound like a good clip for actually.
I don't need no
Whatever you
instructions.
want, bro.
I'll clip a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Basically what that is.
Clips on
What
clips
about
on
over here,
clips.
then? You got anything to add to
man.
it potentially?
Stare at your moonstone.
He's polishing. He's
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to get
I'm just
bad
over there
boy.
holding the moonstone, petting it like my precious, while drinking.
Fair. I assume you probably like she got me what I want. I'm good here, man.
Good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You do your thing.
Yeah.
So then with that, should we gather materials to do this, or are we just drawing them into the sand or the dusty, gravelly earth?
So, the harvesting of the mushrooms still needs to be done, actually.
Mushroom.
Did you not do that on your way out?
Oh yeah, I thought that I did it before I came back in.
I
but-
could harvest mushroom.
You could have. It's up to you all.
Yeah, let the juror get some extra
I
mushrooms.
was gonna say somebody else is probably better at
Do
nature
not
than I am.
eat
So
the mushroom.
Right. He's like,
one for you, one for me.
2 for you, 4 for me.
I imagine instead of like hacking a piece off, you're just like,
You're like passing a piece of Gordon to Gorgon.
Right. It's like, okay, we need some mushroom. Yeah, Dorgiran goes in, bites off a huge chunk, just swallows it. Okay, you need some mushroom.
Leave us some mushroom.
just one control.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like when you're.
Dorgiran, you got the mushroom for this rune here? Yeah.
Oh, that's going in her eyesight.
It needs to be mushy too.
Baby burning down.
Oh, God.
No, I mean, it's just he's chewing cud, right? That's the whole thing with cud.
Hey, you see,
A gag, yo.
came in at a good
On
time.
stream, he'll clip that shit. It'll go viral.
Yeah. It's like ghost sticks again.
You can't get yourself. So you're just sitting there over the body, just.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Somebody can't hear the deal with those sounds. All right. Okay, so okay, so you're getting the mushroom then.
Yeah.
Vadir, what about yourself?
I'll try to remove the curse again.
Okay, cool. So, let's go ahead and have a roll for removing the curse first to kick this whole thing off, and then tell you what, we'll make different checks. So, we will go with for yourself. This would be a proficiency check of probably intelligence. So, intelligence plus proficiency. DC 20, or not DC, but roll 20, add those.
Okay.
For yourself, sir, being that you are more of the this is be kind of arcana based, but it depends also on if you're trying to actually make it more of a dexterity thing with your
I was literally thinking that it's like a dex arcana E.
it's kind of both. So whichever one you prefer.
I mean, I can just add them together.
Not together, no. One or the other.
At that point, I think I'm only failing if I get a 1.
True.
Advantage.
And then Daruk will come back to you. Rin, if you want to garner intent, this would be charisma actually, as this is your spellcasting focus of your expertise. So rather than arcana, this would be charisma plus proficiency plus your d20.
Okay.
Dorgiran, you're fine. You're harvesting mushroom.
Okay.
Technically not something very hard to do, but also you're pretty good at harvesting stuff. You've already gotten some before.
Yeah.
So you're set.
Tony, sorry. You're saying either arcana or dex, but is it just a dex modifier?
Plus proficiency.
Oh, okay.
Because you are definitely proficient when it comes to
do
carving
something
things
for him?
up.
No, his wouldn't benefit from it because it's dex.
What wouldn't
it's
benefit?
Christian, you,
It's
Jason.
What wouldn't benefit?
My
Your dex roll.
It is, yeah.
divinity.
Well, so I have a heater
What does
on.
that do?
No, it's not. It's not bad. My body's fine.
advantage
Sure, it was
on
radiant.
Oh, just
intelligence, wisdom, and charisma ability
Cool
checks
that off.
for a minute.
I'm also actually a little warm, to be honest, but I can
It's
take this
working
off. So.
overtime.
So,
Take it
you
off.
want my roll?
It's just.
Yes.
Okay.
I got
Cool.
23.
23.
Give me advantage. I got
Nice.
a dirty 20 the first time, 23 the second time. That
Um,
was on my
Okay.
my proficiency plus intelligence plus the d20.
Okay. Gotcha.
so
So as you're copying down the runes, you feel quite confident in your ability to actually understand exactly what Medusias is trying to prevent you.
Here.
Yeah, communicate to you to say, okay, so
trying to get them to freak out.
with the way these runes are written, they are partially necromantic in their function, but other ones are partially more abjuration and even evocation. It's a complex kind of binding of a few different.
many pages.
It does.
And then he's
But as she's able to detail this to you,
otherwise arcana.
you see actually a smile crawl across her face as you look up at her one point, seeing that she's actually very impressed with your ability to garner everything she's giving you.
I made that.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
So-
like as she's doing that, I'm double checking with her. Does that look right? Does this look right? You know, going back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
And I'm standing between your heads, right?
Right.
So-
Yeah. Then we'll get to you in a second. So,
What is this?
So you just handed me a picture. I want me to recreate said picture.
correct. That is what he does.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So what's the total?
27.
Okay. So quickly, and so the interesting thing, candy cane, not a rapier, more of a stabby kind of thing.
Well, but it grows, right? So in its small form, it's just a candy cane.
Well, true, but even then, it's more of a pokey mechanism. It's not like a full-on scimitar, but still, you're able to effectively use its magical nature and essence to carve out these runes, and in masterful fashion. As you also hear Medusias kind of give this, quite good with that. Good to know.
He's like, look at
When
my
I'm doing like, do the final one, like, what does it say?
I don't know, you gotta ask her. I mean, I might have some sort of like base knowledge, but like,
So you know
I'll do
that
an Arcana if you'd want to see if I could recognize how the 3 different schools of magic are kind of making a new thing.
we'll get to that with Rin.
But yeah, she would be actually doing that, right?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I think I would be interested because this is the whole life and death thing and the bridge and.
And it's necromancy, so you have advantage on Faith and Undead.
Not on the runes themselves.
Well,
The runes are just magic.
right.
So, Rin, what'd you get? Is it a nat 20? Nat 1. Probably nat 20.
It's looking at 20.
I just can't read it.
It moved?
I was gonna,
It just
it
did.
not. I got it on the right one. I assume that's a 20.
It's a
right?
That doesn't count
Okay,
then.
yeah.
It moved. It doesn't count. I'm
I'm
sorry.
like, that's a symbol. It's
What are
not
you
a
gonna
number.
Symbols are bad.
30 even.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that are not familiar with the challenge ratings within D&D, at least 5th edition,
Super 6.
30 is effectively what is impossible. So anything beyond that also is, the same. So, Rin, being that you rolled a 30, you understand that the runes that she has written are for the, actually, resurrection, to bring life back to a body. However, it's also to bring back a bit of undeath along with it. With the runes that are transcribed on the ground, not only does she mean to bring her soul back and place it back within her body, but to bring back a bit of the ethereal with her. And as such,
Okay, that tracks.
give her the ability to potentially see. But as you look on these runes, there might be more written there too. It's likely to be able to enhance herself, not to ungodly means by any means, but to provide herself with a bit of extra protection and potentially weaponry, should she need it. But you see that these runes aren't just to restore her eyes and potentially augment them, but to also augment her being.
Okay.
It runs just like, hey, no slip moves.
Huh.
What are you gonna do with that knowledge? Gonna let it slide? Well, she never. You know what? I don't think she would let it slide. But you know why? Medusias never told us the story that we begged for.
She said that
She said
she'd do it after she was back in her body.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll just, I'll be like, and I'll look at Medusias.
And as she kind of looks at Ward with what he's done and looks to Rainier in appreciation of what he's done, her eyes kind of glance over to you and she kind of takes a beat.
She knows. She knows. She knows.
Don't reach beyond your means, Medusias.
Only for things I have yet to do.
Just don't fly too close to the sun.
I have no affection for the sun.
Fair. The metaphor stands.
It does.
Okay, it's like, what about the moon?
Stay away from that second move.
All right. So,
But because I understand, I can maybe channel some of that actual intention into the casting
of what?
of the runes. Like the spell, whoever's weaving the spell, I can kind of project intent towards it.
Your own?
Mhm. to essentially, because I understand what it's supposed to mean, and I'm not just writing blindly. I can maybe make it stronger so that it has a higher chance of coming off.
I see what you're saying. I thought you meant to augment further. Either one way or the other.
A little bit of code.
Yeah. So, dear.
I'm in the Matrix.
28. So, with this second casting of it, you feel that same surge of energy overcome yourself and channel into Medusias's now withered corpse. And once again, you see her corpse before you. But this time you feel that there was something unwritten on it. Even though you may not have seen anything physically, you get that feeling that whatever binding is on this body is no longer present. And still it's all like,
There you go.
He did the casual boob grab.
you hear,
It's like, oh, hand slip.
thank you for removing the curse. Please do not get fresh.
What? I touched your foot. Oh, are you weird about your feet?
I don't know if you're weird about feet.
I mean, they look different than mine, but no, not really.
Good.
Daruk cringes a little as you're reaching for it too, just like.
That face.
Gary just walked up and be like, no.
You can't do that. No. So, the stage is set. With her body centered, the curse removed, the runes written, and the mushrooms provided.
If there's a moment when people are busy and Medusias is kind of occupied, I would look at Rin and kind of go like this, like, you do the
Do the thing.
Yes.
thing.
In your head? Yeah, I did. Yes.
And I'll just say, so my understanding of the spell is because she's been dead for a long time, this might be pretty hard on me too.
Okay.
So if she wants to fight, I may not be any kind of useful. Just so you know.
Okay.
Although it'll also be very taxing for her as well. Unless her runes do something to prevent that. But so I don't know if you want to pass that information on to the rest of the group at some point before this finishes, but
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I'm hoping that, you know, we do this and everything is peaceful afterward. But that's kind of up to her.
It is up to her. But I wonder. I'll pass it along.
So you can't do like a group chat. You can go by one.
Hello?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
What up?
Hey, this spell's gonna take a lot out of Daruk, so he might be out of commish if things go south. Just heads up.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Is that what you sound like in your head? He sounds like a British gentleman in his head.
Hello there, Rin.
It's a pleasure to speak with you.
I was like, who this? We found who this.
Oh, welcome to my mind. Have a spot of tea.
Yeah. The spell's gonna take a lot out of Daruk, so if things go south, he might be out of commish.
Oh, jolly good.
Yeah.
It's canon now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Planning on
It's gotta
murdering me.
happen. I love it. Okay. We'll come back to that.
Hello, friend Ren.
Hi, Lord. So the spell's gonna take a lot out of Daruk if things go south after this. He might be out of commission for that for a minute. Didn't really go into the particulars, but also, if you thought that you might be able to do something to change someone for the better, but it wasn't with their consent, would you do it?
No. Consent is key.
Okay. You're right.
It's that place.
Okay.
With that being said, I will position myself near Daruk, and should she decide not to honor her agreement, I will protect him.
Okay.
And it is my suggestion that we do not fight, escape.
I agree. I will do my best to position myself somewhere in the middle where I can get the hither thither staffed and get us out of here quickly, at least a distant clip away.
I forget the name of the thing that you usually have prepared for us, the oh shit, get out of jail free card. But like, yeah, you.
Word of recall.
Word of recall. Yeah. So hopefully he's not in a state where he can't cast word of recall for us. But should that be the case, the hither staff would be our best bet for putting some distance.
Yeah, I think our best bet is gonna just assume that he's gonna be incapacitated for a minute or a few minutes, maybe a day. I don't know. I didn't really get a time frame. It was kind of surprising news.
Okay.
So, okay, well,
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna.
sure if I should put it in like rules terms or just say that's fair.
All right, I'm gonna tell Rainier.
Don't
Knock,
let it
knock.
go.
Hello.
What?
It's like,
Oh,
I'm sleeping.
No, actually, it's more like knock, knock, because I can't without your permission.
Oh, right.
The opal's still in effect?
Yeah.
You still got it? Okay, wow.
I mean, I haven't.
For whatever reason, I thought you lost it, but
No, I just
I'll take it.
unattuned from it.
right.
So I don't have that stuff. But
Right.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna look around like, I mean, I'm just gonna actually look at you like, is it?
Yeah, Regis does the big eyes, like, hey.
I mean, are you gonna like tell me that it's you? Because I don't know who. Fine. Just, what? What's up?
Hey.
Oh, yes.
It's you again.
So
You know I'm in the room with you.
I do, but this isn't public knowledge. So this spell is going to take a lot out of Daruk, and he might be likely will be out of commission after this spell goes off. So if things go south, I think we're going to try to run. So Ward's going to stay by Daruk, and we're going to try to hither thither him out of there, and
I mean,
just,
5 of us got it. Also, let's just assume she knows everything we're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, could be, but I'm just letting you know that
So get ready for stabbies. Got it.
just in case he's
I'm just twirling a candy cane around my finger.
okay.
So,
Do your thing, boo.
she interrupts you. One moment. My ring.
Ah, yes, I did let everyone know that you did want the ring back.
Wonderful. So, whoever has it.
Give it to you when you wake up.
I'd like my ring now, please. I prefer not to give you a powerful item to potentially use against me after I'm restored to my mortal form.
Why would we restore you and then attack you? That sounds like a really dumb plan.
I wouldn't know, but I also wouldn't know you all. Ward to some degree. But even he surprised me.
Rainier likes a challenge.
We're literally bringing you back. I was gonna give it to you when like it wouldn't fall off your finger in transit.
If you please, if it's all the same.
Can I can touch you, your body.
Believe so.
Okay.
It did seem like Vidir's casting seemed effective.
I'm just asking for consent.
Oh.
Don't touch her feet. She's weird about it.
Oh, okay.
Hang on your toe.
I thought he was weird about it.
You think a lot.
Fair.
I do.
You make assumptions.
I do.
You know what
Make
they
an
say
ass
about
out of you.
assumptions.
You guys definitely
They
are.
make, they make an ass out of you, but not me.
No, that's not how it goes.
That's an
You've been dead a while.
assumption. That's an assumption with a list.
I'll put the ring back on.
Her toe.
We don't forget what the ring
Her-
actually does.
Just to be
Yes.
difficult.
I did.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When you're ready.
Everybody else ready? This is going to take an hour.
Fries chicken.
It's just an hour
Or
of
just
fries, chicken. Yeah, so I guess Daruk will begin casting the spell, and I imagine for Daruk there's a lot of loud music involved. Probably
sure.
the lute.
Yeah. Sounds of thunderclaps off in the distance. Even inside the cave, they still
Flashes
ring
of
through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bolts of lightning where there is no physical cloud to produce it. However, in that final moment when you finally begin, or not begin, but channel the spell and release it, the final bolt strikes her corpse. And as you see her body electrified, and you see it surge forward and her body actually begins to regenerate, you see her once again return to form. Even the clothing on her maybe a little bit restored back to its not quite so desiccated and stained place that it once was. You see her quickly shut the welder's helm back over her face. And just kind of pause there for a moment on the ground, breathing. She very slowly rises up from the ground. It's been some time. You see her almost falter for a bit, and
I'll kind of reach out, like I'll catch her if she is okay with that.
Yeah. You catch her. You see her turn back. Again, her snake hair actually is completely limp at this point, where they all seem possibly unconscious or something. They see her look up to you. Thank you. Behind the helm, where you hear that kind of muffled sound that she's speaking.
First question, can you see all right?
I can see fine,
Good.
but I'd ask one thing. Are any of you brave enough for me to test?
Do it.
I am.
Wouldn't we probably want the Constitution person to do it? Just
He's eating mushrooms.
You see her stand up, and she asks you, just near the wall. I'd like to face you alone then.
Okay.
Just in case.
I'll take her hand.
And you take the one hand she has.
It's okay.
You're ready.
Wait, hold on. I'll stand near her, but I'll face away.
Okay.
This is the thing. It's fine.
Okay.
Are you good with the damn bomb?
I'll give her a squeeze of reassurance.
You see her raise up the mask, her eyes closed, before she very carefully and slowly opens up both of them. You can see her eyes. Not this kind of blue haze over them. And you can see a tear go across her face.
You have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. I see. She turns to everyone else and she looks over the group. I can see you all.
And we all turn to stone.
Her hair raises.
Over the crowd. Usernames come out.
She looks outward.
You are very, very frank.
I haven't looked on anyone without fear in millennia. Thank you.
Proud to be the first.
Mortal say, see, Medusias, there are great possibilities when you start things with trust.
Right.
The first thing we do is lecture her.
No, the first thing I did was compliment her eyes, okay?
Well, to the matter at hand. Ward, made a promise to you. I tend to keep it. Keep in mind, I did not want this for you or your daughter. We'll figure something out. She goes to reach for your hand.
He puts his hand out. He's worried.
Away? Or
No, out.
Oh,
towards
okay.
her. Like reluctantly, like of course, but like a slow gesture.
she squeezes it. Thank you. She begins leading you around the structure and walks toward that large tower you had seen kind of behind it. She walks open to the door, says to you again, "You must prepare yourself. This may be difficult."
His worry intensifies. Can you sense his emotions at this point?
I mean, I have a passive insight of 21. So
Yeah.
maybe.
I'd say if your passive deception, if you wanted to kind of hide anything.
I'm an open book at this point because there's
then-
only one thing I'm concerned about. If he had the components to do so, he feels sick.
Do you want me to come with you, Ward?
I want everyone to.
Can we come with him?
That's fine.
Okay.
Just
Yes. How you do?
know that this was not meant for him or his daughter.
Okay.
It's gonna be a rough day until I get another sleep.
Similar to like what is a kind of like one of those hold doors you've seen like submarines or sea vessels. There's kind of that spinny
A
wheel.
bulkhead.
Yes.
No.
Right. No. Yeah. She spins the wheel, and as you hear it finally click, clunk, she opens the door up, and as you walk inside, you see what is this metal framed kind of column within the center of this large stone tower. And as you walk in, you see what looks like one porthole with inside this kind of center beam that goes, or not beam, but cylinder that goes from the base of the tower up until, well, eventually it's met by spiral stairs that you can see that stretch around the perimeter of it. She looks over to you. In making that warboard worm and preparing for the attack against Kyverith, I used almost every soul within here. Almost. Your daughter is still within this structure. Her soul still contained. If you want me to channel her into some other construct, I can. I have that ability. But I do not have the means of safely removing it without a body.
What if we have resurrection dust?
It'll work, but only if you have a body.
We have to have a body for that.
You do. And I would need to force the soul into the body. This would be something that your daughter would not be able to choose what her form would be. You can see her kind of get caught up in the words.
Go get that rat.
Jesus.
Here's the thoughts. That was like, what's nearby we'd be willing to kill that rat.
Right.
I'm assuming her body and Ward's body and most of the rest have been destroyed. Their actual corpses.
Well, Medusias'
August.
body has just been regenerated.
He meant your
Right,
daughter's.
but I meant like all the
her
Warforged.
body.
Yeah.
Okay, her body as in
old
like
bodies.
the daughter.
We just buried August. His was in. No, he was disintegrated. Never mind.
Well, no, I meant like their
We just scraped whatever dust we could find.
their pre-Warforged bodies is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I meant.
Oh,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming because it's been what?
Millennia.
Yeah. It's been-
Yeah,
Several millennia.
they're gone. It's not a whole lot of options here. So, if you were to put her in a Warforged body like mine, she wouldn't have any memories of her past like I didn't, or I don't.
If I didn't want her to, or if you didn't want her to, I have the means of preserving or removing.
like adoption. You can kind of like let her know as she gets older, and then unlock them later.
That's not your real body. That body's adopted.
I have the means of implanting her soul within a construct, but I do not have the means of planting them within a normal body. So if you wanted to use a resurrection dust, I could place it within a construct, but even then, if you wanted to use a resurrection dust, I don't know what would happen after that.
My intent is to give her the chance to have the life she was robbed of. It would be too far to say that it doesn't matter how that happens, because it does. With this body, she'll never be able to feel the sun on her face, or the rain on her shoulders, the grass beneath her feet. She would be robbed of many pleasures of life. But it doesn't come with no advantages.
You are almost immortal.
Is there a time frame on this?
No. Her soul is maintained within this column. This necrondric resonator that I constructed. If we wish to keep it here, and for you to decide, that is an option.
I think it best to not hastily rush into something without exploring as many options as possible. But nevertheless, I will do whatever I can to lessen the time that she is spent in this atrocity. It is going to be my top priority. Yeah, and he's pretty much requesting more time to find out what to do. Because he doesn't know. It's a hard choice, putting her into like a warforged body or
Give me 9 months. No kidding.
That's kind of wild too. I mean, you're removing that baby's potential life from my baby's potential life. Like,
Yeah, it'd just be like me and Ashara. They'd be twined souls.
Would I being Daluke, know about more advanced holy magic, for resurrection being the one in particular? Like, have any idea that that's a possibility?
That is.
Okay, I would say to Ward.
Provided her soul's not maintained any longer inside that column.
Oh, right. So I would say to Ward, I can't do it. Maybe I will be able to at some point, but there are magics that can restore a life even without a body. Because I think true resurrection does not require a corpse. So, like I said, I can't do it,
Survivor.
but right, I can't do it. Maybe I will be able to at some point in the past or in the future, or maybe
Maybe in the past.
maybe in a different life. No.
Right.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yeah, maybe at some point in the future, or maybe we could find someone who can, if we never get to that point. But it's just a possibility. I'm not, another alternative route. That's all.
Yeah, if we give it a few months. I mean,
I'll say in Ward's head, maybe plasma could help.
all viable options, and I appreciate your assistance, friend. I would like more time to weigh out every option, maybe find more.
How does this work? If there's like someone in a coma, is their soul still tethered, or are they considered dead? And then if you put them in that body, will they then just be in a coma, or like, how does that work?
Kind of like the X-Men 3 Professor X thing, where
she looks. If you're in a coma, your soul is still tethered to your form. Whether it drifts into the ethereal or astral, that is another matter entirely, but it still is tethered.
we did just pass a town that had a lot of deaths accidentally, including kids. So.
Which town was that?
The town that I say.
Star Cities.
Star Cities.
I was wondering that's what you meant. I was like,
Yeah, the town we were just at that had that big
The
thing
one
that
that I-
threw
It's more of a
the
city.
Oh,
rock into the stands and a bunch of people died.
The cannon. Yeah.
I think most of those bodies got splattered though.
But there are probably some rubble, like maybe just a mild crushing, in which case we could fix that with rather than
Or just
that's
I just need a dead body. It'll fix it.
you need a dead body. I can get you a dead body by noon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I can fix it in post.
Like, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's me.
Yeah.
As a group, collectively, we could find a lot of dead bodies if we really wanted to.
Find.
I know, but like, there's probably a dead kid there. So
Jesus Christ.
Let's just go, like, knowing our party, like, morally gray. We're gonna go to that family's house, like, hey, you just recently buried your
you
kid, right?
donate your kid's
You don't need
body
that body more, right?
Right?
for science.
Good body.
Science?
You're not using that anymore, right?
Snake lady science? You good with this?
Right.
We are literally out.
Maybe
selling
the kid that we
Yeah.
find's entire family's dead and there's no one to attack.
Jesus, how depressing is your world?
That was a pretty
It's
brutal
not that depressing.
It was a pretty brutal attack,
Not
okay?
Oh no, I'm talking to her.
It was. Yes, of course.
Waste
no.
not, want not.
Yeah, true, I guess, in some degree. A 40-foot tall living ghost ship firing its cannon into the crowd. There's probably going to be some collateral damage, yes?
Isn't this all been
Yeah.
like a week now?
I don't want to just define exactly what, though.
That's fair. I'm just saying, like, there may be options, and like, who wouldn't want something great to come out of?
It also depends
Such a
on how big
tragedy.
that cannonball was.
That's true. I didn't. I never wanted to.
You find 13 detached feet. Oddly enough, mostly right.
And for some reason, they're on the bottom of a box, and it's just
I don't like that. I forgot about that chest. Fun chest, yeah.
I'll never forget. I'll just keep thinking.
How could we forget about that?
I know, right?
It never forgets about me. I see it every night.
Right. Just keeps walking after you.
We could have called that chest a footlocker.
Oh shit! Missed opportunities.
The footlocker. I just now thought.
George later.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll put an item in the book once we actually make it at some point. So,
Is there a children's hospital somewhere?
fucking hell.
Honestly, at this point, like, does it have to be okay? So it is his daughter. Does it have to be a child's body?
No.
It
So just
doesn't
go
have
find
to
a
be.
prisoner about to be executed. Boom,
Can
body.
you imagine how old was she?
It's reincarnate, so it grows a new body. So I don't actually, whatever the spell of reincarnate actually details, if it has to be the same age or not, is up to, I guess, the spell. You're right. I don't remember what the spell actually says. So reincarnate dust works in that fashion, though. So I don't believe it may have to be the same age. I can't remember.
Oh, so she just needs an body, and then it'll take whatever form.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's
go
go
with that.
find.
Because, like, what
let's
I
go
would-
find a prisoner about to be chopped, and we're good.
What I was thinking was you don't want to put like a 9-year-old in a 82-year-old's body. Is what I'm thinking. Like, she's gonna have a short lifespan, but also like, or even if you put her in a 20-something body, she's gonna have to deal with living in a 20-something body that she didn't grow into,
Right.
and like never gone through
This
puberty
is-
and all of those moral quandaries.
Not going to work.
What?
The dust has to be sprinkled on a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid.
Oh.
It has to be that humanoid.
Okay.
Oh,
So we have to have a body
Comes
to
back.
initiate
It
it.
No,
won't
it has
work
to be
on a
that
con-
humanoid.
Yeah.
It has to be that humanoid?
Yes, according to the rules. However, she could make things still happen if necessary.
She could tweak it.
She could. She is a person of power.
Interest in a lot of murder investigations. Yeah.
All right. right, so this has been fun. What are we doing?
So anyway, that was my thinking. I wasn't thinking to be atrocious. I was just thinking, if we could get a child close to her age.
Then kill it.
It would be not kill it. It's already dead.
Naturally. It's like organ donation, but all
Well, okay, it
already
can't die
dead.
naturally. Actually,
What?
the resurrection stuff says that it has to die from non-natural causes.
Right, can't die of old age.
Didn't die of old age and isn't undead. Yeah. Okay, so not old age, but it could be a disease, and it'll remove any magical diseases, curses, etc.
Right. Although if we're casting resurrection,
And
I
it
feel like that
neutralizes.
family would be really upset that we used that body to resurrect a different child. As
Well, we don't tell them what we're doing with the body, okay? And we move her far, far away.
Bless you, my child.
But I also like that. I like secretly. This is Emily talking. I like it if it takes a minute, because then we get to keep Ward with us for a little longer. Because I feel like if we raise his child, he will want to be with said child.
Oh yeah, I gotta get a cottage.
Yeah.
I got a child to raise.
Yeah,
Adventuring life
and
is-
like adventuring life isn't greatly conducive to child surviving.
I mean, you turned out all right.
Yeah. That's a thieving guild. That's
I was
a
about to say, aren't
completely
your
different
parents,
thing.
like,
We could
you
give
know,
her to my parents for a little bit. We could foster her.
adventurous?
They totally love it.
So
But we'd have to
Ward-
tell her she's my she's my kid.
Ward would
Like-
turn to these four basically: Borgarian, Daruk, Ren, and Adir.
No offense.
Yeah.
Why am I being
Yeah, you're
offended?
offended. And he would request that each of you pray to your respective gods and or deities and ask for guidance in the matter. With Ward and his daughter Isabella at heart.
Guidance to, as in like where to find a body.
No. No, real stuck on that. No, real stuck on that.
Just
Just general divine guidance.
Well, like I mean, if I'm asking a question,
Jokerian's taint.
I swear,
mean-
we've had conversations about you actually being a necromancer.
can neither confirm nor deny.
Right, yeah. It's a secret subplot that you guys don't
Right.
even know about
You
yet.
don't even know.
You're not actually casting Cure Wounds. You're like false life or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Just really good at it.
Yeah. I even have a D&D Beyond mask on my thing.
Okay.
It looks like it actually says Cure Wounds, but it's not. No. No, what are we at? We're just asking for like
Well, in regards to Ward and Isabella and their situation. Huh? Yeah, I would assume that I could recall her name at this point. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially like being so close and she's right there. You can almost touch it. Yeah. In regards to their situation, and if there's any prayer that could that they could find a way to bring her back to the realm of the living beyond Medusias' science. Because you worship Cord and you're in cahoots with a
Not Cord.
Barlin.
Huh?
Barlin.
Barlin,
Yeah.
not
Right.
Cord.
No,
He doesn't
Is that
use
your other-
cord.
different gods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That was your
That was the
Yeah,
D&D
okay.
Yeah.
official
Okay.
pantheon.
This is the story of the
know.
root.
Yeah.
Different
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah.
they're their own thing.
Right. And you're in cahoots with a
dragon. Yeah.
a dragon, and Luciana and what was
Kale.
is it Kale? Okay.
John Kale.
Sure.
Canon.
Sure.
No, it's not.
Don't clip it.
Nope. Not happening.
Asia, no.
Negative clip. In
Yeah.
fact, it's deleted from the stream.
Right.
No.
Just jumps ahead in time. What the hell happened there?
Don't know. Weird glitch.
Weird glitch.
Was your max health still lowered after you got the curse removed?
I don't know. Is my max health still lowered after I got their curse removed?
It is.
It is.
I was just checking for you, dude.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good looking out.
We were just checking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you could get a hold of your branch manager and let them know about our situation.
I'll reach out to Mikhail Gorbachev.
Okay. Cool. So, Mikhail?
Tear down that wall.
Mikhail.
Okay.
Joel Mikhail?
John Cale God.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
That's a reference to none of you are.
Nope.
Hmm?
Sorry about that.
Sports ball.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, you reach out to Kale.
Too facetious.
Oh, Kale.
It's Hey, yo, bro.
That's why.
So, Kale is such a guy that works outside of the direct contact normally. But when you
You get his
When you
voicemail.
say those kind of words, you just hear, no. I'm kidding. Anyway, continue.
I would reach out in a way, since I have like an attunement to spirits and like the other dimensions, I guess.
The ethereal.
The ethereal, sorry. That's why my brain was like, no, that's not right.
Right.
Since I have an attunement to it, I would more ask for the ability to link Ward with his daughter or a conversation to see what she would want, or to at least like give some closure. To be like a conduit between the two, not necessarily like I'm the one asking the questions, but more like being like a middleman, I guess.
You're the switchboard operator, effectively.
Use me to phone home.
Sure. So make a charisma check.
Fuck you, dice. You
No proficiency bonus
Can't
this
wait to
time.
hear a little girl's voice come out of a deer's face.
I was just thinking.
You left me. Womp womp.
No, that's a
Okay. Kind of call out, and whether it be the location or maybe the nature of the request, you do not hear a response.
Hi, you've reached Kale. I'm not here right now.
Please don't leave a message.
That's right.
I'm surfing on the beach. Fuck off.
You see these crests, man? I'm not gonna waste my opportunity with this.
If this is an emergency, press 1.
I pressed one.
No.
Yeah. This is emergency. Press 1. I pressed 1.
Just an infinite loop. But Kale can pop in every now and again and just go. And then pop back out.
Yeah.
Those gods.
But yeah, as a real answer, as you reach out, asking for some sign of being able to link Ward back to his daughter, it's not that you don't receive a response, but more so you feel a bit of limitation. Knowing that though Kale may have power, what you're asking may be beyond what it normally provides.
Worth a shot. I'm not so good with the whole reanimating stuff.
There you go.
I'm gonna need to place a split call with the Raven. You gonna try to talk to Luciana?
Oh, power of the moon. Bring forth the comet.
By the power of the moon. Yeah, I can try and reach out to her.
Okay.
Reach out.
What am I rolling here?
Make another D100 roll.
Don't forget to Venmo her.
I can't read. 7?
There's
7.
the bottom
You-
level.
You reach out, but again, once either it's a matter of not being able to see her light, or
Also the cosmic horror that's trying to eat her.
true, no response.
Maintain low profile.
Alright, well, we need to get out of here. I gotta get this mall upgraded.
Fucking kid.
Like, I'm not very good with kids.
Smashing the dude.
Oh,
His
I
mouth
think
is
candidate of the year for Godfather. Just saying.
Right?
Definitely.
The Godfather.
If I get make
Fair.
Godfather, do I just talk like Marlon Brando then?
What about you? You're gonna reach out and touch faith?
You don't want my
Tony
response to
missed
that.
it. It's only worth saying once.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Oh, I got enough for you. Can't refuse.
I'm gonna straight up use divine intervention.
Okay.
So you request your deity's aid. Roll percentile dice. If you roll equal to or less than 13, your deity intervenes.
Okay.
Got this.
So you have a 13% chance.
Wait, less than?
He's got
Yeah, this it says less than, and
less than his level.
nope, that's a 36.
Okay.
I'll do 2 things.
Okay.
I will reach out to Ashara through our link.
Okay.
Hey, Ashara.
Rin.
Hi.
Hi, it's been so long.
I know.
Oh.
We have
Relatively, anyway.
so much to catch you up on. Bit of a conundrum for you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a ward has a daughter who is passed that he just found out about. His memory was wiped, and her soul is here. Like we can manipulate it. Is there a way that you can think of that we could put her in a new body? Because she's been dead for a really long time.
Oh. That's quite a lot.
It is, yeah.
I think so. I think I may have the ability to do that.
Really?
I've tethered one soul to another once before.
Well, that's true.
Did you have, this may sound a bit macabre.
We need a body, don't we?
We do, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I brought that up. Everyone thought I was being creepy, but I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure we're going to need a body.
Well, it doesn't matter which body, so long as you have one.
That's amazing. So then you can change the body's form to whatever she wants, or will she be tied to that?
She would be tied to that body, so if you have a dead body, that would not be ideal. Wait, were you wanting this to be to another living mortal, or were you wanting this to be a vessel for herself, alone?
Herself alone, if possible, but
Well,
if you're talking about something else, I can always present it as an option.
well, if you have the means of either tying her soul to another, or potentially, if you had another, hate to again once again use the term macabre, but have another form to use, I could do that.
So you could either tie her to someone who's alive and tether their souls together like you and I were.
Yes, that I can absolutely do.
Or potentially put her soul in a body that is unalived.
Yes.
Potentially.
Yes, but we would need you need another body.
Right. Okay. Well, this is promising.
Oh, good.
Well, let me talk to the others and see.
Where are you? You sound far, almost an echoey.
This isn't great now.
I mean, yeah.
She's in a tunnel.
We're in a secret tunnel. No, we're kind of Up by the what mountain? Is it the
Ozone.
Ozone?
Mhm.
We're up by the Ozone mountains. We've met an interesting being. Her name is Medusias.
Okay.
And yeah, so she was attacked by Chimera. And that was a thing. She's been trapped in a crystal spider for 60 years. We let her out though.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I really gotta catch you up.
What's a Kybereth?
It's a really big dragon.
Ah,
You remember Plasma?
yes.
It's his other half.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's up to no good.
Do you need me
In
there?
my neighborhood.
No, it's okay. We
Sure.
we gotta figure out the body thing first, and I'll talk to the team. But you know,
Maybe I'll begin heading that way, and if you don't need me there, then I'll turn back around at some point.
okay. Well, I mean, we might be heading back to Inictal soon. I mean, our stuff's kind of almost done, so we'll probably be here for another day. I don't know if you can travel that far here, and I'll kind of like in my head kind of show her where we went. It's pretty far.
Kind of relay that. I think I see. You sound distant though. I think there may be some sort of warding or something in that area.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Mhm.
Well, what are the circumstances of the soul you want to bring back?
Not great.
That's an interesting question outside of character. Like, what is the circumstance of the soul? Is it like an isolation? Is it frozen in time? Or
Contained within that column,
it's just swirling around with a number of other souls?
as far as you know.
Okay.
She's
tornado of
she's
souls.
in there's like, and you guys just see Rin kind of going, and it's like a splint.
So, as you said a bit, so contained within something. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can exactly remove the soul without having something there. Do you need me to bring something? I can grab something if you.
Please don't kill anyone.
I didn't mean that. I just
okay.
meant find something if necessary and bring it.
I mean, it's Ward's daughter soul, so we don't just want anything, you know. Ideally,
Only the presence of
it would be.
bodies.
We were just having this argument because I really think that she should be put in something as close to her age as possible, preferably her gender. I don't think that the race necessarily matters, but she was an elf. But like, I don't think that I can, in good conscience, place like this child's soul in like a 30-something-year-old body. You know what I mean? It's just a little weird.
I understand.
So we want her to experience life, and I just don't know that there's a lot of dead kids around for you to just take.
Look, you can see a dead kid on your way. Just yeah.
Just scoop them up, then.
Yeah.
Just lure one of the orphan kids up the back
Get
door.
the big shovels.
Yeah. I understand. Tell you what, I won't try to find the circumstances that you described, but I will try to find something.
Okay.
And if we're able to change things after that, then all the better.
Okay.
It at least presents us options, and worst case scenario, we bury something.
Fair. Okay. All right.
Give me, I think, a day. I should be able to reach you.
Okay. We'll see you in a day. We need a day. Medusias?
Sorry, take a drink.
So here, look. Yes.
I'm going in a day's time. I will be trusting you with the most precious thing to me that has ever existed.
Oh.
And I would
what
like
that be?
to swear you to secrecy. You cannot ever speak of it to anyone else.
It's a means of looking upon others, but what you've done for me, I will honor that.
Okay. And in her mind, so I don't want any fuckers crying on me. Knock, knock.
You see her kind of look a little puzzled.
It's me.
Ah, I see. One of abilities. Interesting.
I always ask permission first.
That's kind of you.
Mostly.
Why telepathy, though? Why telepathy?
I was just born this way.
Right, but we are among your friends. Why why the secrecy?
The cult of the Shatter has been scrying on us every now and again, and I really don't want them to know about it.
You see her just kind of laugh a bit, and then thinking back to you, they can't look within here. Not unless I let them.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll speak freely.
I have certain warding magic in this space.
Yeah, she picked up on that.
Scrying within it is particularly difficult, and I don't think that they have the means of doing such things.
Oh, they're pretty powerful. Okay.
I'm sorry, have you realized who you're speaking with?
Remember what I said about the sun?
Well, I doubt the Shattered have ever dealt with anything quite like me before.
Well, we're kind of counting on that.
Well, it does sound interesting, if I may be honest. Dismantling the gods' rule does sound appealing, but admittedly, disrupting the natural order of the world does sound a bit
Worse.
I wouldn't say worse, just so much as, extraneous.
Yeah. And, it's your sandbox, too.
It is.
Oh.
And, to be honest, if Kyverith sought to claim my riches, then who's to say that Shattered wouldn't either?
Oh, they definitely would.
So, I'm sorry, you were saying?
Shake on it.
So you reach out her hand.
Mortals.
I do make a promise, but I understand the necessity of a shake sometimes, too. Shakes her hand.
Ishara is a dragon who was soul bonded to me.
Interesting.
She thinks she may also be able to tether your daughter's soul to a new form. And she will be here in about a day, potentially with some options.
Is this acceptable to you?
Maybe you two can work together and figure out something. But I kind of gave her the sketched out details, and she said that if she should keep an eye out for some things that might work.
I would have to hear out Ashara's options away, whether they're a better solution than just putting her in a warforged body or not. But I am open to hear them.
Okay.
Of all the deities that I asked my friends, sun, moon, storm, only the deity of dreams came to me with an option. And
Deity.
Oh, she's not a deity.
well, I mean, I don't. What is she?
She's
Dragon
of
Just a
dreams.
dragon?
You see,
Very
Medusias'
dreamy
face kind of relax a bit. I see, not a deity.
No.
Well, I mean, in comparison to my humble self.
She is pretty magical, though.
Dragons are quite powerful.
She means a lot to me.
Does she mean well?
She does.
Are you certain?
Absolutely. I was tethered to her since I was born. I know her almost as well as I know myself.
Most.
Do you mean you know ill? She only comes to help Ward. And I also didn't tell her how his daughter's soul came to be here.
Oofed.
So, no ill intent.
Understood. If there is ill intent, though, I will not hold back. Averith got the best of me once. I do not intend on letting another dragon do the same.
Dragons.
She's not so much the Luton type, but
She
she
doesn't seem like the hoarding type.
We haven't
She
been to the
hoards
house in any
knowledge.
well, we don't know if she's been
That's
hoarding.
true.
she hoards knowledge. So she likes to learn, so she might actually find you quite interesting. But she's never in my lifetime been a harm to anyone, and she's faced her share of bullies before mine. She doesn't cotton to that kind of behavior, I don't think so. I don't think you should expect any hostilities from her, but just know that if you harm one hair on her head, I might be mortal, but I will rain hell on you.
I respect that. I'll rain it back.
That's fine. I'll die trying. I don't care.
I've already died.
Yeah,
Fair.
all right, let's go.
So,
Who are we fighting?
Oh, bye.
members of our group
Oh.
who will not be named.
Oh,
Pretty much all of us, actually.
if she means me
I don't
no
know what y'all
harm,
are doing.
I can fix that if you like. Only a joke.
A lot of people have tried. Some have gotten closer than I want to admit to.
Actually, if you could give him something to spar, it might blow off some steam for him.
Oh, if you'd like, I have actually something I still have within the basement of my domicile here.
Bro, if I see another monstrosity made out of Warforged, deals off.
What if it's just one Warforged?
Oh,
What do we get for killing it?
August 2.0.
Nothing?
Bragging rights. I'm just trying to make you a little less punchy.
It's just you.
Can we at least get like our picture on the wall with like a you beat the thing?
Yeah,
like
t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, worm.
Looters of the month.
I could have some constructs that I've made before draft something up for you. I think you've earned that much at the very least. Something of the warboard worm you've slain. I'm sure there was quite a fight.
Don't want to talk about
It was something to see for sure.
Well, we have some time then to spare. I have a certain matter I'd like to look into. You can follow me if you like, but
Well, you also owe us a story, so we can walk and talk.
She thought she forgot.
walk and talk is fine. So, which story would you like? The one of my upbringing, if you will?
Yeah.
So War is going to stay right there.
Hmm.
And then like post camp, like sit down against, put his back to the tube, and just kind of like rest there.
Gotcha.
Thompson.
Okay. So, as Medusias leads you on, she walks into the northern tunnel, the one with the, again, set of metal doors pried open. She walks up to them. You hear just, so, well, it all began that I grew up as a young child within the Underdark, a drow that you may or may not have heard of, but this was in the first 1,000 years of the world. Everything was young and fresh and new, and the gods had recently departed, and, well, we were still finding our way. The new elves of the world, long lived and, well, new.
Where did the elves come from?
Well, that itself is a different story. That is not a part of my actual origins, if you're so interested in that. We can talk about that later.
Okay.
And she stops right there. She looks at the metal horse. Pried open, I see, once again.
Yeah, it's kind of like that the entire way through. I don't really think you have any doors left.
Just,
Except the ones in the very beginning. Those were just knocked out.
Yeah, they're still
The big set
intact.
ones,
They're
yeah.
just kind of on the ground.
oh, wonderful. Well,
What they lack in uprightness, they make up for it on the ground.
oh, well, that's nice. That's pretty good. Well, I'll have to have those repaired as well. Well, so as we continue, and she kind of like stands near the center of them and kind of looks at them, grabbing her ring and moving it forward. The doors very slowly and unfortunately with kind of a stuttering fashion, grinding against the ground, creak open. Have to get one of my other constructs to fix that. Continue. And she begins leading you down a long hallway where it is basically another one of those kind of echoing caverns where you see the deer only actually can see beyond into the far halls where there's this basically massive cavern that drops into just an expanse of darkness. The deer, you look off and you can see that there is a ledge far off just beyond about 60 feet where you can see catapults, ballista, lining the walls that are broken. Just kind of disheveled. And she begins walking you down and pauses for a moment.
Wow, those are really messed up.
I see. She kind of squints for a moment. Unfortunate. Well,
That wasn't us.
I'm sure. That's another one of the gifts. Well, as I came up as a young wizard and had a certain aptitude for different kind of arcane practices, unfortunately, the drow beneath decided to spurn me, as I felt that my gifts were meant for more of the world than just the Underdark. So, trying to venture up northward and actually move upward, the elves above also spurned me, seeing me as just a drow. So, as I found my place in between, I plotted and made my plans, but unfortunately my more advanced age, I realized that I did not have the time I needed to be able to actually truly do what I needed to. So I made certain promises and certain deals, and thus I was born anew. Made immortal. But by a different god than the one that most drow prayed to. So I reached out to Copernicus. He responded, granting me my immortality, and in his fall, I changed. I became a Medusa, which you may be more familiar with the term, named after myself, Medusias. So, she continues kind of leading you down. Unfortunately, I found that I had an affliction, one might say, a curse, that turned people to stone upon seeing my eyes. I made my constructs then, as I realized they were immune to it, but found I was alone. And in my desperation for anyone, I made my plans, enacted them, and created my first Warforged, expecting the first souls within constructs to be able to be seen by me with my own eyes and not turned to stone. But I saw even that was not possible. So, some 60 years ago, some adventurers came, and in time between, I found the means of removing souls from people and placed them into constructs. Thus, the Warforged had been born. And anyway, sometime later, the other adventurers came and sought me out, and finding some sort of means of stopping a Yanti threat within Tasha.
Wait. You were friends with the Order of the Shadeheart?
Friends might be a loose term, but yes. They came to me for aid, and I provided it. But unfortunately, in their reckless endeavors, something had been released, and I attempted to parlay, make a deal, abate the hungers of a newly released dragon, which I did poorly for myself. So. And then she stops at the end of a long hallway that stretches down this kind of vacuous chamber. She stops there, and the gift keeps giving. As she walks you to what looks like a teleportation circle transcribed on stone, with 4 massive claw marks scratching right through the center of it, defacing it entirely.
That looks expensive.
He does not like you.
You said you tried to negotiate with him? What did he want, or what were you trying to come to terms on, I guess?
My concerns were such that a dragon, recently released from what sounded like a millennia's worth of imprisonment, would want to take its likely unsatiated hunger out on the world. And my attempts were to try to persuade him not to see the world and experience it for all of its wonder. And all the time that he's lost, well, that's just time gained in terms of new experiences that one can find within this new world that they are set upon. The initial conversation was good, but perhaps second thoughts or recognizing some of the items I had on my person were of substantial power, and perhaps the greed of what would be at least a partially red dragon got the better nature of him.
Yeah, he's not super patient.
I mean, he did kind of remove the better part of himself.
He did. Or at least the curious thinker side.
Well, I find myself without a vorpal sword, and without most of my coffers, which had many items within there too.
Snicker snack.
How I would love to have that against a dragon now.
Yeah.
But
Oh. Where do you think you took it?
unfortunately don't know. And unfortunately I don't have the means of bringing things to me quite easily, or having things come back to me at least. And send things out, I think. Have you seen tiny spiders about my cavern still?
Metal ones?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Does the big one, like, regen itself
It does have repair sequences, yes.
after it blows up?
Yes.
Okay.
The small ones attempt to repair it, and then, provided enough of it has been restored, it can continue along those repairs.
See, I asked a small one for help, and it brought the big one, and that was not help.
Oh, I'm sorry. That makes sense, though. I left my home in a more defensive state than what it would be. So,
Oh, it makes sense.
And the snake? How'd you do that? It's like a...
Oh, this ethereal snakes.
magical constructs.
Ah.
Part of my defenses as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Very,
Mental snake.
very godlike. There's a theme, snakes and spiders.
My equal halves.
Spiders.
The drought.
I still came from that world, even though I may not have been welcomed to it for quite some time.
It's magma spiders.
But a number of those spiders also, a number of those drow, were brought into my constructs. So, they got what was coming to them too. Well, unfortunately, my teleportation circle will need to be repaired, and that will take some time. Quite some time. So, coming here might be a little bit more difficult than some of the other adventurers have found, but I can at least send you somewhere, should you choose to leave, when you choose to leave.
Okay.
But-
That's cool.
We can head back now.
Send me to Corver.
Who?
To
There's there's a merchant
Milvane.
who works on his mall exclusively.
Ah. Quite the mall, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good at what he does.
There's no. Oh, there's more to him than meets the eye.
And that's where we stop talking.
It's quite all right. You're among friends now.
It's not our story to tell.
I understand. I'd also appreciate if you did not tell my story to anyone.
Noted.
I
Wise.
was gonna say. I was gonna say another trade route for Corver.
I know. She might change her mind maybe one day, but that seems like a down the road conversation.
Corfer is quite the arcane inclined enchanter, it sounds like.
He is,
Oh,
yeah.
You could say that.
Oh, I would be interested to meet this individual.
Yeah, he's pretty interested in the ley lines and what the Order of the Shade Heart's doing, and he's kind of found a way to take interest in the story that's cropped up in the last 60 years. Those
I have questions on that.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Mm-hmm. We've got a day. We can talk all you want.
Anything you're wishing to share?
Yeah.
I'm a wealth of knowledge, and my own application of such information would be potentially quite fruitful. Should you be so interested?
Yeah. So I break out the conspiracy theory wall.
Once again. Yep.
I see that and go, where was the Warforged you want me to fight?
I'd rather be unconscious than deal with the wall again.
You're quite serious. I could bring it out.
No.
You actually bring out a damn wall?
Not a wall.
Just a bunch of scrolls.
It's like
here's one.
3 notebooks, but you know.
And you have to line them up.
Yeah, you gotta line them up the right way. Ward's been helping me with the drawing.
Yeah, it's like four notebooks that have been taped together.
Yeah.
I will do literally anything but
They're like magnetized, so they snap, the bindings snap together to make one giant page.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. All right. So, and she leads you back to her chambers, not to her chambers. Not getting weird.
Hey!
Yeah, I know, right? Okay.
That kind of party.
Yeah. I know you're not into feet stuff. So,
Yeah.
anyway, she leads you back to right. Yep. Back to her home. Ward, are you still at the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as you've been there, and you've been kind of waiting patiently by yourself, as you sit there and just kind of remain vigil, what exactly do you do?
So I'm sitting on the floor with my back to the center cylinder, where the core hole was. And I'm just kind of quietly contemplating myself and just thinking about all the options and the possibilities, and I'm kind of dreading the idea of putting her in a warforged body. But if that is all that can be done, it's better than just nothing. So like, he's considering that as his last resort. He even kind of considers the idea and the possibility of sacrificing his own body and allowing her to take this one, if that was a possibility. And yeah, he's just kind of meditating on it.
Gotcha. Okay. So, let's kind of sit there and ponder what may come. Eventually, after some time, kind of hear the echoing of people talking coming back in, as you can hear the party getting back into kind of the central cavern.
I am curious. So, if you bring back Ward's daughter in a Warforged body, will she remember anything?
She said she has the choice of making her remember things or not.
She doesn't have to. I have the means of removing some memories during the process.
Okay.
I would not make her the singular focus Warforged that I had before, as that was not meant for her. But if certain parts of the memories are too painful, thought to be, I could remove them.
Can you alter them?
What do you do?
In ways, yes.
I mean, we'll definitely want to talk to Ward about this, but could you maybe, instead of the power whooshing out over her and, Killing her could maybe make it transformative.
That should be possible, yes. Slight alterations within restoration.
Maybe that would ease it a little.
I'm guessing you're basing this idea off of seeing what she did to herself in her own resurrection with the alteration she made.
Mm-hmm.
Is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But maybe, she could change Isabella's memories so that, like, when you guys were standing there and that magic whooshed over you guys, killed you, she could remember it differently and then just remember essentially waking up in her new form and you and yours. And then you can choose what to tell her when she's ready. I don't like lying to kids, but
No.
we don't want to fracture her mind either.
Look, well, they don't need to know. They don't need to know.
It's a lot to process, a new body, and oh wait, you were also dead for a millennial, so a lot.
Yeah. Well,
So, you have anything else in the day you want to do? Or if there's not, then rest and get back to the next day.
I want to talk to Medusias about my theory.
Okay, sure. And she is here for them.
Good. We're putting things together.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to
For you.
Medusias that the addendum to her resurrection, I feel like payment for that would be the heart.
Would what?
Be the heart.
Ah, okay. She kind of thinks.
This is a very substantial change that we did not agree on at first.
That's a fair approach. Make a persuasion check.
what? How dare you make me roll?
I get to deal with these others. Don't fuck me. 26.
Oh, hang on.
You actually has to look. It rolled high.
26?
29.
Yeah,
Hang on. Wait 1 second. Okay. And she looks at you. One heart for the restoration of another.
Seems fair. Slightly poetic, if you will.
I agree.
It's not really my specialty, but she might make something of it.
You make a fair point. I asked you to augment myself, and you did so with your own good intent. So, agreed.
teaching by example.
Thank you.
So about these. And then
So anyway, my thought process.
but I also would like to talk to her about Itash and how she mentioned that she might be able to well, I'm assuming it was through the teleportation circle maybe, but get Itash here so that we wouldn't have to steal him from the Shattered and then trap him again.
I have the means of doing that. I did not need the teleportation circle to do that, though.
Okay.
So, what's your business with capturing a genie, then?
Well, we made a deal for knowledge with the Archfey of Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he really wants Itash back in his clutches.
I see.
I guess he pissed him off or something. I don't know.
And where is Itash that the Archfey of Summer cannot reach him?
Here.
Ah, well, that is a fair
He
Point.
We
is.
never said summer though.
I just did
Oh, they said archfey of.
summer.
Summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't actually say it.
She said
no,
summer.
He is here and captured by the cult of the Shattered. They stole him from us after we stole him back first. But he was literally ripping a hole in a volcano to the fire realm. And
That's
Fire Nation. Yeah.
that's not uncommon.
Ripping a hole. No, like the. So you remember how I told you about the tears, and there's he made it way bigger, and they keep making more of them, and it's destabilizing the world.
Oh, I see. They're not leveraging existing planar portals. They're making new ones.
Yes.
Both.
Well, yes. So when the calamity, the bleed. What we called the bleed. So 60 years ago, when all of the stuff went down with the Yuan-Ti and the Order of the Shade Heart, there was this just cataclysmic event that we called the bleed happen, and it ripped open places across the world that are just thin. The barriers between here and other planes of existence are thin, and that's where storing comes from. It's created from the blending of these two. We don't really know what's creating it, but I have these theories, right? And so but this storing crops up around these places, but they were created, and the Shattered are making them bigger and worse and trying to open new ones, and it's just not good for the world.
Storing crystal. It says adaptive.
Yep, you can charge it with different elements like fire and ice and necrotic.
Interesting. Do you have some with you?
Yep.
May I see it? Looks at it. I'd like to run some tests on this in my workshop.
Sure. It's just a little tower.
Okay.
Usually if you smack it, it'll discharge whatever energy you've charged it with.
Do you hand her one of the just neutral ones, or
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't think I
Interesting.
have any of the charged ones.
You gotta have to snag it. I think it works with the counter element to dissipate the charge.
I don't know. We just hit them.
Bring
We
back
hit
to
those
neutral,
big
yeah.
ones.
Yeah. Although you could also just smack it too, just so you can hit it with the countering to just neutralize it, or you can just release.
Yeah, I'll make that note. If you just hit it with nothing, it'll expend what's inside of it. But if you counter it,
There was some mithril within my shop. I'd like that back. I didn't see it when I was in there earlier, and I need to reforge a hammer, unfortunately. It was also taken from me before, so.
Where are you guys when you're talking about this?
let me see.
Probably, I would say outside of the
Tower.
outside of the tower, but not far from it. I would say within earshot of Ward.
Okay.
I'll take the mithril out, but I'm gonna be kind of
Reluctantly.
place it in there. Oh, look, it's right there.
Ah,
I don't know if you know about adventures, but this is kind of counterintuitive to what we do. Usually when we go
grabs
to an infested place, we take the things.
I mean, to be fair, we thought you were dead. It would have been a waste. It would have been a shame for it to go to waste.
of course. And to be fair, I was dead.
That's true. So,
Thank you for returning it.
She want all of it back, or
She didn't
she go with
specify.
that chunk?
Which chunk was it?
I'll go ahead and I'll put it all back.
Okay.
You technically don't have any.
'Cause I
Yeah,
gave it to
the
you.
deer
No,
has
Ward,
all of it.
Ward has the two large.
Oh,
I
it's
grabbed it.
Ward.
No.
Put it in my bag.
No.
Okay, never mind that.
Ward has two large
has
ores, one small ore. You have one small, and I have one small.
I have a small.
I look at Ren and say, we should probably give her all that we found back, and give her the two.
Okay. She kind of
Yeah,
looks.
I was rummaging in my pack to see if I had any more story, and I go, Oh,
Because I was the one that smashed the...
Wonderful.
You did.
There should be one more large piece.
So, how is she able to tell that we have it and Kyber didn't just take it?
She doesn't know.
All right.
Yeah,
or
they
just
were-
be forthcoming.
We're just being honest. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, my character's going to be honest, but she ain't talking to me.
Mhm.
She's outside.
Was this all you found?
Yeah, the boxes are sad. I don't know if you went running through.
That's all I found. I don't know about
Can you
anything
get a deception check, please?
else.
Sure.
I mean, he's not lying. The boxes were smashed.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Hold on. We're trying to make this person a friend. I did not want to ruin it over some mithril.
Oh, okay. That's much better.
I mean, we're giving the mithril
Was it a
back.
20?
That's an 18.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
it was a 20... 27.
Okay, gotcha. She looks... It's unfortunate. I'm glad there were at least 2 pieces left, though. Well, I should have enough to at least reforge the hammerhead, so that should be enough for me. Thank you for at least recovering this.
Yeah, I'm sorry for grabbing it. You know, it's in the nature of nobody's...
Yeah,
I
it
understand.
would have been a shame for it to go to waste.
Yeah.
It would have.
It's an adventurous impulse. Anyway, and so I pull out the
Anyway,
I pull out
Don't ask us how we got that either.
Harm's journal, right? And I like kind of
Oh, okay.
show her like
Really
the manipulations that he was doing with like filling things, storing crystals with things, and I'm like, wait, we can skip over the guns since you already know how to do that. But then like,
Well,
you know,
no, hang on. And then
Okay.
she kind of like flips through. These are different designs than what I've seen.
oh yeah. So he actually has one. It's a healing gun.
It can harm as well.
A healing gun.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
The core takes on whatever you put into it.
Do you have
I have
hints
a-
on how to create one of these
mortar.
cores?
Yep.
It's in the book.
And I'm sorry, did you say a mortar?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love
on
to
my
see
back.
these designs. I may be able to incorporate them into something else.
Hold on, mortar. There's some early sketches here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Starts like just flipping through them, and you see her just basically jotting down notes as she like pulls out her own parchment and starts copying. And as you see, there's a vested interest in the things that you're presenting to her. She looks okay. Well, this could be very useful in certain things to come. Tell me, you mentioned something of a plasma before. How closely tied to this Kyvereth do you think this individual is?
He doesn't know what he's doing out here.
Okay, and how closely do you think his essence is tied to Kyvereth?
What do you mean? Oh, we don't
Were
know.
I to eliminate Kyvereth, would you be upset that plasma may also perish?
I mean, I'd be really sad, yeah, but he didn't know the answer to. We also asked him if he wanted us to track his form down and get rid of it, so he didn't, because he was quite worried about what it was doing out here.
And his response?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember if we asked him ask Plasma if Plasma were destroyed, if that would also destroy Kyvereth,
He
or
wasn't
vice
sure.
versa.
He wasn't
and
sure.
He wasn't sure.
He doesn't know the effect that him being in a pocket dimension would have on Kyvereth, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Because they currently don't have a link, and he doesn't know if the link would cross between those two, since he was.
He
set.
just knows that he can't leave, and he has no desire to really. He's happy where he is.
Except that he's lonely, I think.
He is a little lonely, but we promised we'd visit.
So there's the potential in the elimination of plasma to also kill Kyvereth, then?
I think in the
Not enough data.
So we don't know exactly how strongly or if at all their souls are tethered together, or if it may be a fracturing entirely, that these are two effectively separate entities that are not one full soul upon
Right.
each one.
So from what I remember, Kyvereth separated from Plasma so that he could leave the pocket dimension because the gods had sort of trapped him there, and that was his way out.
I see.
But in the severing, it made him different enough that he could get out. But plasma can't pass the
Interesting.
wards.
Well, so was it that plasma can't, or only one of them can at a time? Because, like, if we put Kyverith back, I wonder if plasma could leave then.
Oh, maybe. That's possible. I don't know that he'd want to, but it's possible.
Right.
There also may be a really pissed off angel trying to hunt him down right now.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like the most ridiculous anime.
When we found the opening and we opened it, this asshole of an angel shot out and was like, "What year is it? What happened? Where's the dragon?" He was really pissed off. He almost attacked us, but we told him we don't know. He's over there somewhere, and he flew off.
If you kill that dragon, I'd like his hammer. Or the angel, I'd like his hammer.
He did have an interesting hammer.
Not saying you should kill the angel, but
He was an asshole.
Should something happen
could
to him?
something happen to him?
If you'd like me to kill an angel to retrieve its hammer, that's fine.
No, I mean,
Do it. I'll help.
I don't know. Maybe not before it kills Kyvera. Or tries to.
We're just saying if it happens.
I mean, the hammer could help me also kill Kyverith, so
Oh,
I see
fair.
no problem in
True.
dispatching an angel.
I don't know much about it though, so I don't know how to find it.
Hmm.
But just
You
know
didn't
that
get its
that's out
name
there.
by chance.
Hmm?
You didn't get its name? Hmm. They generally don't give them out quite freely.
let me see.
Beings that are both celestial or fiendish often have a certain power if you know their full name. Like, you have a power over them. Similar to actually elementals.
He
So,
didn't talk to us for very long.
Hmm.
He was kind of pissy.
well, perhaps next time. Understood, though. Well, there are quite a few things you've surprised me with.
Yeah.
You're not unlike, last adventures, but quite a bit more that you've experienced so far.
Yeah, I told you we'd be forthcoming with what we can.
I appreciate that.
We're just mostly lucky.
Luck is quite a lot.
Or unlucky in some cases.
I won't look at it.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I need to find something that was stolen from me as well.
What
Bit
was
of luck.
that? What was that? Maybe if we come across it, we can help you.
A coin.
Point. Oh,
What do you know?
well, that's a pretty small thing
Out of character.
Oh, okay.
to find in the whole world, but you give us a description, we can keep an eye out for it.
One side is, pristine and perfect, the other side horribly defaced. Looks almost stained in blood. No matter how much you wash it, it will not go away either.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I too had one of the artifacts of the gods, but it was, well, stolen from me with the rest of my hoard.
Ugh. God, Barath, giving a bad name to Dragon. What an asshole.
Dragons have their own bad name.
I was gonna
So
say.
that kind of plays into the bad name more than anything.
I would like to think that Ishar is not the exception to the rule, okay?
You can keep trying to think that. I'm sure that's fine.
There are some dragons that are altruistic and benevolent. Many are not.
I've only met 2 dragons, and they were both pretty nice.
Have you ever been to the Astral Sea?
Not physically, no.
Keep having these weird dreams about a floating island that talks to me.
In the Astral Sea?
Mm-hmm.
That's alarming.
Yeah, well, Ishara used to be kind of there. Like, that was... When I talked to her, that's where it felt like she mostly was.
Ah, I see. And
So, but after we gave her a body, I kind of thought she would, I would stop seeing the Astral Sea. And then this island kind of popped up, and it seems to be real menacing, and Ishara doesn't like it very much. So I, trying to safely inquire about what it might be.
perhaps when Ashara left, there was a door left open.
Maybe.
Things in the Astral Sea, they're often from something else. Some other plane of existence, be it the upper or lower planes, or sometimes the far realm. Astral Sea is more of a middle ground between many different worlds and planes of existence. And if there was an island speaking to you, could be something residing within that island or masquerading its form within it, obscuring it.
Mm-hmm.
It's troubling to say the least.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
When was the
Mostly
last
till
time it reached out?
Oh, it's been a while. A couple weeks, maybe.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it's tried while you've been down here, but hasn't been able to reach you, so.
That has been nice. Best sleep I've had in a while.
Good. Well, for your own efforts and your own bravery, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
We appreciate that.
You're quite the usefulness. Not just you, but all of you.
Appreciate it.
I would love to watch you work.
Well, I have quite the project to work on with the story that you provided me. Unfortunately, not quite the steel heart that I would like to work with as well, but such things I'm willing to let go, given, again, bargains made. So, I have something to work on in the basement, but that I think is best left for when I have my own downtime and privacy to work on it, so I think I'll stick with the story and see what we can do with it.
Okay.
As much as you can provide for me, I may be able to turn something around at some point.
Cool. I'd love to see what you do with it, and the tests, and the knowledge.
I think I may have
What
a...
you asked for.
What?
Careful what you asked for. She's like, oh, the things.
I think I may have a suitable alternative for some sort of, let's say, energy source other than souls.
Oh. Interesting.
May not have quite the spark, but may have application, so.
Willing to help if you need.
Wonderful. Well, I'll get to work. Leave you to whatever you want. I believe the kitchen should be well stocked. It always is. Although I don't think the wine selection may be quite up to snuff. I'll have to send someone out for that. Perhaps I
Wine,
won't.
you say?
It's a shred, you say.
I feel like Garen has a very discerning palate these days.
Getting crunk, you say.
So, anything else you guys want to do for the day?
Luke is done.
No. No. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't really go over how ill affected you were from the resurrection.
I rolled. Daruk was trying to, like, you know, put on a strong front. I rolled a really low performance check. So, like, walking with her to the teleportation circle, he was winded, like, the whole time, breathing heavy. Every time he talks, he's probably, you know, like, he says a few words, and then you notice, like, in between words, he's like, yeah, so you just do the, you know, like, huffing, and yeah, not doing great.
Are you okay? Do you want to sit? I think you should have a sit.
I think you're right. And Durf just kind of sits down wherever he's at.
Just on the ground.
Yeah, just wherever he's at.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna let you for a minute.
Okay.
Do you want some help getting to bed? folks?
Yes,
Just
yes,
take a little rest?
bedroom.
I can make it.
Dorgarian,
So
can you just support our little buddy here? Tuck him in.
I'll accept the little buddy only because it's Dorgarian.
I pick him up.
Right, so like doing over the shoulder. Intertwine the hands under his shoulder, like under his arms, one on each side, and then just like literally carry it.
Yep.
Looks like I've never had anyone do this to me before.
New experiences.
You sent me the TikTok of a Muppet and he was putting a little baby bird to bed.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
it's okay, little birdie, I'm gonna take care of you now. It's them two right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so for the record, for future reference,
Rules wise.
casting resurrection, if the person's been dead more than a year, I can't cast spells, and I have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws until I finish a long rest.
You're exhausted.
So, yeah.
Yeah, more than exhausted.
That's
Yeah.
intense.
It's like a level 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
If not 5, maybe. I can't. You're not dead, so that's good.
Right.
It's like you're nearly there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I basically, if it came to a fight, I would have been basically useless.
Speaking of fights, Rainier is bored out of his mind, wandering around this empty cave all day. Not bored out of his mind. That's a little intense, but
Stabbing rocks, hoping it's a minute.
Right.
Just occasionally.
he's stir crazy. He doesn't also love being underground as much
That's fair.
because it's been like a week now.
Underground?
It's been a while.
Pretty much, yeah. You've been down here for like I think 5 days now at this point.
Yeah.
Work week.
Yeah.
It's been.
Yeah.
Not digging it. So I would not be opposed to whatever she was talking about, but I don't know how dangerous it is. Is this a
Like,
group thing or
did
is
you
this a
wanna-
solo thing?
Well, so as you kind of we'll say speak to her at one point, it's more of it would be more of a group thing. Yes. I heard Rin's joke, and while it would be fun to watch you fight this one thing, I think it would be a little stacked against your favor.
Give me haste. Let's go.
Well, that wouldn't exactly be 1v1 then.
What?
It wouldn't exactly be 1v1. You've
Could
seen
like
the
2 or
constructs.
3 take it on? Like, could I just haste him and then he and Dorgaren have at it?
I think it would still be fun then at that point. Probably.
Fun for me.
Right.
As long as they don't have his AC, we're okay.
If you guys want to have at it, I'll haste you if you want to fight. Dorgaren.
If
You
you
wanna
want a
hit
battle
stuff?
test, we'll say let's leave the battle test for tomorrow.
Okay.
That way, I may have some ideas about souping it up at least a little bit. Plus, I had some interesting designs that I had been kind of ruminating over in my time of being exiled, we'll say.
Introspection?
No,
No.
not introspection. More designs on how I could slay a creature such as Kyverath.
Fair.
And it would take some time to create that construct.
I mean, 60 years of revenge plotting. With that brain of yours?
I'll need the boar worm as well as all the bodies of the Warforged, although now with this storing potentially as a power source, I think I may be able to make something quite strong.
The worm is dead.
We did bury them. In there. So they're still there. Which
I have other constructs I can use to dig them out. But the bodies will need to be harvested as well as the body of the boar worm. That should serve as quite the skeleton.
I mean, yeah, that's still there. We didn't both too big to move.
yeah. It's probably stinky. Yeah.
Oh, that should be fine. It'll take me some time to create this. Let's call it almost my magnum opus. You
Oh,
can
and
see
that-
like this spark in her eye.
Mhm. And that armor is still out there too.
Yeah, fine.
From the giant.
The giant one.
Ah, yes, I remember. I'll go retrieve it shortly. I need to fix the doors again, too.
Again.
Unfortunately,
You can't have nice things.
someone always wants to come and take my stuff.
It was pretty cool stuff.
It is.
I get why your mom about it. I get why your mom about it.
Best to keep a low profile when possible.
Because you're underground.
That too. But I'll leave you to rest and recuperate, and we'll call it a battle test tomorrow. After all, we do have some time to kill, and I believe you said you have someone coming soon?
Ishara.
I should very much like to meet her.
She might be interested in meeting you too.
Wealths of knowledge, it sounds like. Excellent. Well, I'll get to my machinations and get you a rest. I don't exactly need to sleep. I've been quite asleep for quite some time. So, I'll try to keep the noise down in my workshop, but you're free to roam about the grounds as you wish.
She's got weird energy. She's like,
sure.
I've been sleeping for 2 days because I was sick, and now I'm up and I just want energy and just want to do things.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah. And with that, we'll go ahead and call the session there, and we'll get into the battle tests next time. Because she does have something that you guys may be interested in fighting, just for the fun of things.
For funsies.
A couple of you may remember what she may have in store for you. But I'll have to obviously make a few augmentations, given that your level differential is, not quite where you were in Campaign 1.
I mean, I can sit out if you need
In between now and there, or maybe I will save it for the next session. But like at some point, I'm gonna have a conversation with her and see if she could do something about restoring my full memories and personality.
Okay. Sure.
I was going to ask about that, but I didn't want to overstep.
That's fine. I honestly didn't think about it until like right now, so if I would have brought
gotcha.
it up earlier.
Well,
I also-
like this.
Wasn't sure if now that you've like acknowledged everything, if it didn't erode away naturally.
I imagine that like it's back for the most part, but like
If there's anything she can do to...
right.
Yep. Sure. We'll cover that at the beginning of the next session.
Right.
And then, you'll get disintegrated, so it'll just be like fucking whatever.
That's him and him. They're trying to balance this. I'm not interested in that right now.
I'm trying to get back to
I'm
core.
like a shark. Where you at?
Right, yeah.
It's on DoorDash.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Is
Don't
that
do
One dead child.
One dead child, please.
Extra large shoes.
We've got to stop. All right.
It just makes sense.
I mean, it could be like a gnome or something, right?
Yeah.
No.
Not
She
even
needs
like
to
a-
go through puberty and do all the things that a kid does. How old is she?
Oh,
Yes.
I think she's 11 or 12.
yeah, 11 or 12.
Okay, yeah. She needs to experience her teenage years, so like.
Oh,
Or no, right, yeah. Okay, well, we'll get back to all that in the next session, next week, as we see what happens after a little bit of RP in the morning. We'll get into a little bit of combat.
When is our next session?
Next week, Tuesday, I don't believe I have anything going on. If you guys are available then. 28th?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Good for 28.
I don't have anything going on right now.
Yes,
Okay.
real quick, 'cause I'll get back to you because Mary's got stuff going on. So
Right, yeah. I mean, we're getting into the holiday season,
Yeah,
so it's
that's-
bound to have
that's-
stuff come up. Yep.
she got other family. They're like, we're not going to do Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. We're going to do it on this day.
Gotcha.
They're gonna do it in the middle of the
Well,
week.
They're
we'll
all like, I'm pretty sure they're all retired. And,
gotcha.
yeah.
We'll plan for Tuesday as usual. If we can meet at least with 4 people, we'll keep the sessions going. But if we can't, then we'll kick things back if necessary. But we'll synchronize offline, so we're not gonna talk about that now or
That would
anything.
make sense though if you miss next session because then we'll just battle bot it up and we'll say Ward's just staring at the door waiting
Yeah.
for Ashara.
Yeah.
Can I get an Uber back to Milvain?
All right. Yeah. it's something like that may be possible.
You said her summoning circle can send, but not retrieve, so you can go. Beginning back's on you.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. And some of you may remember how that works from the first campaign, but we'll get back to it whenever we actually get into that exact moment. So we'll go ahead and call a game there, and we'll pick up next week, next Tuesday, with just the story the story of the Moonstone Guard continuing.
Killer.
So cool. All right, well, GG everyone, and hey everyone watching, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. So everyone have a good night.
Bye.
Later.